Uh, add the music to the mix, man.
But no, I get why the song's a hit, and all everybody I know who's music people, we all knew it was a hit first time we heard it. We just know. You just know. You just do.
So that's that's just always been something that bothers me the most. Like with all the technology, how you drowning out
because it's
the
not a rap song.
artists?
It's not a rap song. It's not an R&B song, sir. It's a pop record. The vocals are not the most important. That's what I'm trying to tell you. In those type of records, the vocals is not the most important thing. It's the vibe more than anything. That shit is meant to be a club banger. It's not meant to be I'm riding in my car and I love his lyrics. That's not what it's meant to be. It's meant to be a club banger. It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Well, so sir, besides the music, man, what's going on? How's everything, man?
Everything's going, brother. Still working on this album. And working on this album. Had a little groggy throat this week, so didn't record too much. But
well, you've been working too much too.
And I've also got another feature coming with another artist coming up.
Oh man. Yo, look, just promise me, man, you won't get too big that you can't like hang with your boys anymore, man.
At this point, it's just not fun, bro. I'm just having fun with it, man.
Look, I'm just saying, I feel like you might be outgrowing me now since you're the artist formerly known as No Radio. You've gone to Aries now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've always been Aries. I'm just No Radio is the new name.
When I met you, you were No Radio. Okay, I didn't know about your.
Tatted on me. Yeah,
I didn't know.
I had it tatted on me since I was 18.
Hey,
No Radio was a new name that came out with NR, as in 5G NR. That's where that No Radio thing came from.
Hey, look, I just remember introducing myself to you, and I was like, "Oh, that is No Radio." Okay, but now I'm like, he's about to start. Look, next thing you know, you're gonna be telling me you're touring, and I'm like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah, I'm gonna do a tour of old folks' homes now.
hey! I bet the old ladies need that bump and grind too. Hey, so hello everyone out there. Welcome to another podcast, tech podcast. Sit around, enjoy. We're gonna get some of the shenanigans out the way. So this past week was a very high level, front end level week, even though you had Memorial Day. So No Radio, you obviously know what went down, and you're gonna love my take on this story. I've been, I wanted to absorb everything before, it's kind of nice to go last and not try to hurry up and put something out. You get a chance to kind of look at everything, read the articles that's coming out about stuff, and obviously, let's go ahead and pull up the first one.
Word, what we got? Let's see.
So, T-Mobile has decided that one is not enough.
They must have them all.
We must collect them all like the Infinity Stones.
All of these stones must be ours.
So, T-Mobile signs a $4.4 billion deal to buy most of US Cellular. So when all the articles started dropping, it was like T-Mobile's buying US Cellular. Oh my God! And even I thought that it was going to be like that. I was worried about regulatory issues, and I will get further into that in a little bit because I have another article that talks about that subject also. But just so we can get the audience caught up with what's going on. So T-Mobile is trying to buy US Cellular, and they've given their deal for $4.4 billion. I think $2 billion is for, let's scroll down. $2 billion is for the US Cellular wireless customers, the stores, and approximately 30% of the spectrum access.
All right.
Now, some people might say $4.4 billion sound like a lot of money for a company that was barely valued at $5. And you would scratch your head and be right. because they're only getting the customers, the stores, and the spectrum. They don't get the towers. And US Cellular apparently is going to retain the towers, and the last 70% of the spectrum in their portfolio, and T-Mobile will get a long-term agreement for leasing tower space on their towers. I've been driving around all week thinking about this title, and you know what I come to? This is like roaming 3.0.
Kinda. I mean,
It's like roaming 3.0.
I mean, if they're gonna put their own gear up on those sites, then I mean,
Yeah.
it ain't really roaming anymore. And it seems to me
No,
like
but
this is probably faster than trying to put zero builds out. If US Cellular already has a site that is US Cellular only, because obviously, I doubt US Cellular owns many co-locate sites. They may be on some co-locates, but I doubt they own many co-locates.
right.
So something tells me T-Mobile is going to be the first and only person adding to a lot of these sites and some of these rural places, and getting probably access to some fiber already at the site.
Right. They don't have to go in and do all the the whole logistics of putting a site up, which would take time. I mean, the Sprint T-Mobile merger was a hell in the handbasket. You had sites that were live, still broadcasting Sprint's PLM while T-Mobile was trying to put sites up.
So
I mean, I think they're still going through that now.
And if I was a betting man, I'm obviously going to say these 2,000 towers are probably in some of the worst places to try to get to.
Probably. But remember, US Cellular's bulk of their footprint was rural America anyway. They didn't even go into the city. So
yeah, that's my point. They're probably going to be gaining a lot of. That's basically going to fast track a lot of rural stuff for them, probably in some of the markets where they were already probably building.
Right.
They were like, shoot, yes, I got one right there. And they were like, well,
ooh, that's a nice one right there too.
Too much, they don't want to work with us. No. Well, now we get 2,000 easy co-locates. Yeah, I mean,
but you know what?
If there's a town, like a small town that doesn't want another type built, this is probably going to make it easier for T-Mobile to get in that town as well, because they're going to like, hey, we're not even adding another tower. We're just going to throw it up on this existing US Cellular site here.
Right.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, have at it.
Right. And I think that I see this being a very good deal. I think this avoids a lot of the hurdles that they might encounter with the DOJ. Now, some people might say it's good, some people might say it's bad. This is an article from what is this? From The Verge. I'm going to pull up the other one that talks about some of the pitfalls of this. And they're legitimate pitfalls to a certain extent. I don't quite agree with all of them, because companies are going to come up with excuses. I mean, that's just kind of the name of the game, is to utilize all the excuses you possibly can. And some people don't want to give them the excuses, which is kind of weird. If their favorite carrier, stump their toe in the morning, and be like, oh, that's the reason. That's the reason why they didn't do it. They stumped their toe in the morning. Or they didn't have the right knee pads. We don't know. But here in Phone Arena, they said T-Mobile could have some issues getting regulatories to approve US Cellular purchase. And they make some legitimate claims. A lot of them I kind of don't agree with. And let's go down the list. So, all right. So everybody remembers what happened when T-Mobile and AT&t try to merge, or AT&T was more of an acquisition. This wasn't really a merger. AT&T tried to buy T-Mobile, right, for like $39 billion, right? But the DOJ and the FCC saw it as AT&T being anti-competitive, right? They were leery about letting T-Mobile and Sprint merge, but Sprint was on the way down anyway, and letting those assets kind of fall to the wayside would have been kind of a detriment to the cause.
I mean, technically, this is that all over again. Another company that's going to die.
Which is
no matter
it.
what.
This is what this
So,
is exactly. It's the same scenario, just not bigger.
Yeah, this isn't the same thing as some young up and coming whippersnapper company is starting to build and expand, and then AT&T buys them before they actually get built. This is an existing company that has been around before T-Mobile that is dying. So it's very different, in my opinion. It's very different.
I think it's, but here's the thing, so there's going to be components saying that, hey, you made promises on the last merger you didn't fulfill. It's supposed to have been job positive, it's job negative. I think that
I agree with all of that, right?
I disagree.
I agree with. I have to agree with it though. Personally, I have to agree with that.
Well, here's the thing. Now, I will say this. This is just my take on it, right? When they were negotiating these contracts and got people at the table, right? There was no pandemic. There was no big inflationary problems that we had on the horizon. So when you say that you forecasted, hey, we're going to be good and this is what we're going to do, you're making promises for that time and you're projecting outward. Right?
I don't think that matters though.
Then I think it does matter. I think it matters a lot.
So, for example, if you tell that's the same thing as saying this, Keon. Hey, I want to finance this car.
Yeah.
Your credit ain't the best. How much can you put on a down payment? Well, look, everything's going good in my life right now. I can put down $3,000, and they go, okay, let me run the numbers. Okay, looks like we got you a 6% interest rate, and we are able to finance it with the $3,000 down. And but if you don't if you miss 3 payments, we take the car.
Right.
Great.
I understand.
2 years later, you got a 5-year loan. 2 years later, you lose your job. You don't get to go back now and renegotiate that payment.
Right.
So it's the same thing. Your financial changes ain't nobody else's problem. T-Mobile going through the pandemic is no one else's problem.
And I would honestly say I agree with you to that point. But the reason why I have a counterpoint to is when you're sitting there saying that you're going to be job positive, right? You're projecting outward saying that, hey, this merger is not going to be too bad. We're going to have probably some reorganization going on. And people are going to we're going to have triple the stores that we're going to have to downsize. But eventually we're going to grow and have positive growth on the hiring, right? Now, the problem is all of a sudden you had something that was catastrophic, which I like to say, yeah, I had just recently bought my car, which is that same scenario. But in my case, everything kind of slowed down. So I do Uber. Everything's rapidly fell to a halt, right? Well, guess what? The bank, being Toyota, was like, hey, we recognize that, the ish really hit the fan, son. So we're gonna let you slide for a couple months till you get your feet back underneath you real quick.
Okay. So,
we're not letting you. We're not letting you ride.
But what happened? What happened after the couple months?
Huh? Oh, I had to pay. I had to still pay.
So my point is
they deferred my payments for those months.
So when is T-Mobile's couple of months over?
I think that now that
the answer is never. That's the problem. The answer is never.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think that people really want to hold their feet to the fire. But hey, look,
I'm not saying fire, but what I'm saying is, the pandemic was an easy out for a lot of these companies. It was a lot of easy out.
It was a big easy out.
It wasn't honest. If you believe T-Mobile or any company was completely honest during that period, you are naive.
No. Hey, look, I'm hard on these tech companies because understand how is Apple still putting out phones during the pandemic, even at the height of the pandemic,
because they're not made here.
But there was a chip shortage. How you gonna say there's a chip shortage?
Okay. So technically, there was an electronics shortage. But that didn't necessarily mean that every single electronic was short. You understand?
Right.
Plus, we all know that companies like Apple, because of how much they sell, they probably had overstock to begin with.
Right, and guess what?
And they had already. And remember, don't forget, they had preset contracts with the foundries to make those chips. The pandemic is irrelevant to those preset contracts. The smaller vendors are the ones that have actual shortage because the smaller vendors ain't ordering on the scale that an Intel or AMD or Samsung or Apple is ordering at. So the truth of the matter is those companies did not have a chip shortage. It never happened.
But here's the thing. Now, I hear you.
It's the smaller thing. For example, how many iPhones you think sold during 2020?
Oh, it might have been down.
But how many
from their previous year? Maybe
conservatively.
10%?
How many you think? How many you think sold? Like actually millions. I guarantee.
That I don't know. I don't know exactly.
Well, my point is this, right? So the main industry actually affected by the electronic shortage was the car industry. They don't sell anywhere near as many cars as they do phones.
Right.
No one.
Now, wait, but hold on.
When they go to the foundry, they don't order 100 million. They don't order 100 million CPUs for cars. They don't.
Right.
They order like 5 million. Right. But when Apple shows up, they're ordering 100 million. So and so whenever they go to a fab to make something, they are first on the list. Their stuff don't come short. So when you say how does Apple still manage to sell all this phone in so-called shortage, it's because they never had a shortage. In fact, they had a surplus, which is why they later lowered the manufacturing numbers. They had too many phones.
Now here's the thing, radio. I did without as a person who pays attention to tech. When their quarterly earnings pop up, and then people ask them, well, why? Apple, of course, used the excuse of chip shortage as part of one of the reasons why they weren't going to make the same numbers that they made the previous year.
Yeah,
right?
But let's look at the number. Ready? Are you ready? They sold more phones in 2020 than they did in 2019.
See?
They sold more phones in 2021 than they did in 2020.
But they still came out on their quarterly earnings saying that it was because of the chip shortage.
And listen, you got to realize, remember, they sold 16 million more phones during the so-called shortage than they did the previous year. 16 million in growth compared to the previous year of sales.
I know. Because that growth is actually what pushed them over 50% in the United States.
But that didn't happen in 2020.
No, it didn't happen. But I'm just saying that was the prelude that build up towards it. I mean, obviously more people switch over to doing that. But no. What I'm saying is here's a company in Apple let's just say Apple's not having a hard time, right? Can we say those words?
Yeah,
can we say that Apple's not having a hard time?
A lot of other companies aren't either.
Right, but they still used it in their quarterly earnings, saying
I just said but I just said a while ago, if you think anybody is honest, you'd be a fool. Now, here's the next argument. Something my mama and my grandma and my daddy taught me my whole life. You know what that is?
That?
Just because everybody doing it don't make it right.
That's true.
T-Mobile don't just to get justified doing it because everybody else was doing
it.
So that's all I'm saying. So when you hear people echoing this, when you hear people echoing that they haven't held up all their stuff and they use the pandemic as an excuse, it is not false.
Right. No. I'm not saying it's false. I'm just saying that. But what I'm saying is in the conversations that I've had with people is you want to hold T-Mobile's feet to the fire, right? You want to be like, yo, promised this.
I don't care, but I know people
deliver it.
Yeah, yes.
But I'm telling you, they're going to go into this regulatory the thing with the FCC and DOJ, and that's exactly what they're going to pull out. They're going to pull that ace of spades right out and throw it right on the table.
Dude, that's barely a jack. If anybody is in that regulatory meeting that knows anything, that is not an ace, sir. That is a sorry excuse. That's like saying the dog ate my homework.
Oh, I think it's a little bit bigger than dog ate your homework.
Well, come on, let's be real. That's like saying my dog ate my homework. Think about it. Just think about it. I want you to think about it. T-Mobile is only operating the cellular.
Hey, look, let me ask you a question. If you truly show that the dog ate your homework, you walk in there with your shredded paper, right?
They can't, because we can look at the numbers and find out it's not true. We can look at the numbers and see it's not true. It's called 1 + 1 = 2. Sometimes it equals 3.
That's true. Hey, look, I'm just saying that when you go back and look at during that period of time, Verizon was letting people go.
But they didn't make promises, so that's irrelevant. They didn't make any promises, so that's irrelevant.
That's true. That's true. But what I'm saying is you also look at how what the industry is doing, because everybody said that T-Mobile was going to raise their price because everybody
Don't
else was
care.
doing it, right?
I just said
T-Mobile's
because
going to have to raise
everybody's
their
doing
price
it don't make it all
because
right. So that's
that's
the
true.
argument.
I understand that. I'm just saying. The only thing I'm saying is if you say that T-Mobile has to do something because of the others doing it, if the other is
I didn't say
letting
that.
people go,
I didn't say that.
no. I'm using this as an example. I'm not saying you. I'm using this example that if T-Mobile has to raise its prices because Verizon raised their prices and AT&T did. Then when during the pandemic, when T-Mobile was trying to come together, AT&T and Verizon
That
dropped
doesn't
people
matter.
too. So when
You
you
cannot use AT&T Verizon's actions in this argument because it is irrelevant to the scenario.
disagree, I think it's
simply
I think it's
existing in this
pertinent to their
it's
argument
because they didn't just do a big merger. That's why it's irrelevant. They didn't make any promises. You can't say you're basically making the equivalent of saying they didn't keep their promises. They didn't make any.
No.
So
What I'm saying is
if you tell your girl that you gonna pay her rent, you gonna wash her clothes, you gonna cook her dinner too, soon as you get home from work. But I don't tell my girl that. My girl don't get to bring up that what your promise is for me to
that's
follow.
true.
AT&T and Verizon didn't promise to do any of these things, so you can't. You're only using it because they exist in the same business. Meanwhile, not realizing they didn't sign the same contract to say the same thing.
That is totally understandable.
So if we had suspects in a crime, right?
Yeah.
And we look at the motives, AT&T and Verizon have no motive in using the pandemic to get away from merger terms.
Right.
They just had. So it doesn't matter. So now, since they're not in the same situation, we don't get to use them. We only can find other companies who had similar mergers. They don't have to be cellular, who didn't follow them to the pandemic. That's called research. Just simply throwing AT&T and Verizon into the conversation because they're cellular companies is irrelevant. You have to find the exact same situation from another company. Exact. It can't just be, we all make toasters, and you bought another toaster company. Now I can't daggone lay people off because you promised.
I like toast, man. I like toast. But
that's all I'm saying.
No.
And look, we can look at the profit. The profits tell us the same thing too, Keon. T-Mobile made more profit during the pandemic than it did the year before.
That's weird.
This is called research. You got to research to know this. They made more profit during 2020 than they did in 2019.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm playing the devil side of it, man.
Don't play the devil side. I'm playing the devil side. Let's do the numbers. Let's do the numbers, man.
Hey, I feel you. I'm just saying that, the people, like I'm gonna say, laymen like myself, people like me who are trying to.
You're like people who are trying to. I don't care about science.
Speculation do give you some type of insight. I know you don't like to speculate.
Makes you feel good about your narrative is what speculation does.
Oh man, look, I got.
When you don't look at narrative. When you look at no numbers and you talk about how you feel about something, that's irrelevant. Only thing that helps is how you feel. The truth is they didn't lose money during the pandemic. They made more profit, in fact. The definition of profit is whatever you put in, how much you get back.
You get back.
It's not the gross. Your debt is irrelevant to your profit because they don't calculate debt in a profit margin. Profit margin is your direct investment in whatever you're doing, your operations, and then the money you're able to pull out of those sales. Now, your debt, that's on your books. The public could care less about your debt, unless they're like a stockholder. But the rest of us can care less about your debt. If you make cupcakes and each cupcake costs you 15 cents and you can sell it for $1, that's your profit margin, right? If you can either up your prices, you could sell more cupcakes, or you could do both. Both increase profit.
That's true.
So, with that being said, T-Mobile did not lose profit during the pandemic. Therefore, if they would have only made enough cuts, I guess to say they only made enough cuts, right, to just break even, then there could be an argument stated that, you know what, they had to do that so they could at least break even. No, they went up in profit.
Now, here, so here you go. I don't know much about how the operations are. Now it says here
9,500 is a lot of employees.
9,500 is a lot of employees.
More than you realize.
But I don't know how much employees they both had total before the merger happened. But I'm just saying, it did say that they were going to be job positive day one. That was what John Legere promised. So back in 2019. right here. 1 year after T-Mobile proposed to buy Sprint for $26 billion, Johnny Legere said they would be job positive. Now, granted, foreseeing the future is not something we can do very well. I know that a lot of people like yourself say that it's not an excuse, but you know they're going to use it. I'm
Don't
not saying
care what
that
they
they.
use.
I'm not saying that it's right for them to use. I just know that I just know that they're going to use it. They're going to say, "Hey, we had no control over the economy at that time." Just
You want
like
to put
inflation.
9,500 people into perspective. You want to put it in perspective for just make it like give you a visualization.
What's that?
That is the equivalent of like 38 U.S. factories going out of business. Don't you think about that?
Yeah, that's a
like,
lot of people.
That's like 38 factories going out of business. So just imagine 38 small towns, all of a sudden they all get laid off.
Hold on 1 second. So, Sneed is in the house.
That's the kind of impact that makes. What up, Sneed? What up?
So Sneed says the economy was fine, the money was flowing.
Yes. And it shows because everybody made money. Like I didn't look. T-Mobile made more money. Apple made more money. If we start looking, we'll see a bunch of companies made more money. The only companies that didn't make more money is the oil companies, and they got that jump back after the pandemic.
They got it after they recouped that back fast.
That's my point, though. Everybody was making dough. Companies were even giving raises out. Like it was people who was making bread during the pandemic, bro. You got to understand.
Look, I don't doubt that money was being made. I'm just saying that when
and the government gave these companies stimulus too. By the way, just want to point that out as well.
That's true.
The government gave these companies money to give people in rural places free internet with hotspots and stuff.
What was it? The PPP loan was for us commoners.
Yeah, that too. But I'm just saying, all these companies got all this free internet stuff during that time. All the major ISPs and a lot of the cell companies were getting money to give people internet from the government.
Right.
So, like they made money, bro. That goes back to people in the FCC, and they don't know what they're doing. If they knew what they were doing, they would say, "Didn't you just get this many such dollars from the government to do hotspots on school buses? Didn't you just get all these home internet, supplement things? Didn't you just get that? That should pay for them employees you're trying to get rid of." No, they're not that good at their jobs.
You know what? It's difficult to say because it's like a judge. Like how when what was it when Google got sued by Oracle because of the Android code. It was over the APIs, right? And it was like a convoluted mess. They sued each other. They went back and forth in court, and the judge literally had to go and learn like coding so he could keep up what's going on. That's how much the judge was out of the loop on what they were talking about.
Yeah, they don't have a clue.
They had no idea. So hold on, let me get caught up with the people who are talking. Sneed says the government gave money to keep things going too. Regulators are horrible at what they do. They do anything other than regulate. I agree. Hey, that could be said about any industry across the board.
All they do is pick a narrative and they imitate. That's what they do. They pick a narrative and imitate. They don't regulate. They go. They pick a side and they just use all the talking points from that side. That's all they use in their thought process. And that's 99% of the government. They pick a side and then they just repeat talking points from that point of view.
Now, obviously, these are going to be hurdles that T-Mobile is going to have to get past because they made promises, they didn't keep them. Regardless of any excuses, they made promises, they didn't keep them. So now you're going back into talks again to acquire parts of another company, right? And I think that the reason why they structured this the way they did is to try to not totally dissolve US Cellular, but to say, hey, look, we're just getting the tiddly bits that we want to grab, right? US Cellular is still operating the towers. They still, we're just leasing, we're not owning the towers, which means that US Cellular still retains the rights to the towers. But then we only getting 30% of the spectrum. So that means that we're not grabbing all the spectrum from the company and hoarding what we don't need, right? So we assume that it's going to be the low band, maybe PCS, that they're going to acquire. It's probably going to be all of the 600 and maybe some of the PCS.
I'm thinking the 600 to 700 and the PCS is probably what they're going to be grabbing.
Probably.
Remember, it's 30%.
But I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see that AWS working within their footprint, really.
I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. Now that we're actually sitting down, we're not out running around speculating. We can do them actual math, Keon.
That's true.
Let me look at it real quick.
All right.
Just so
while you're doing that,
hard numbers.
So I'm going continue with the list. So from T-Mobile's recurring illegal SIM swaps to being hacked and data breaches to them just acquiring Mint Mobile MVNO for like $1.35 billion. T-Mobile, I'm not saying T-Mobile is squeaky clean here, but more competition is a very enticing thing that the FCC kind of wants too. God bless you.
What county are you from again, bro?
Craven County.
All right.
Craven County, North Carolina.
So if we look at just Craven County, let's see
what's up, Gene.
This is a baseline because this obviously isn't true for every piece of their footprint, but this gives us an idea. I'm doing the math. So in Craven County, US Cellular has 913 megahertz of spectrum.
913.
Yeah. So,
all right.
If we want to know what 30% of that is, we can take it and divide it by 100 and multiply it by the percentage we want. That's 274 megahertz of spectrum, Keon.
What?
You see? I told you it's more than you think. Okay.
Hold on. That's a lot of spectrum, sir.
Exactly. So if we look at this in Craven County, they have 68.85 megahertz of low band.
Right.
20 megahertz of what they call mid band, which is PCS.
Right.
Technically PCS and band 66. They have 100 megahertz of high band.
Which is
700,
which is the C-band and DOD.
And then 725 megahertz of millimeter wave.
So
30% in that county is 274 megahertz of spectrum total.
Yeah, but see, I don't think it's gonna break out like that because the millimeter wave drives the number up higher.
I get it, but they said 30% of their spectrum. It doesn't say 30% of their non-millimeter wave. Okay,
that's true. I understand. That's true. That's true.
So with that being said, right, if we add their high band, their mid band, and their low band together, what do we get, sir?
A lot of spectrum.
We get about what I just said. So it's
that's
0.85 plus 20 plus 100. That's 100. That's 188.85 megahertz spectrum without millimeter wave.
Yeah, that's a lot of spectrum.
All I'm saying is they're probably getting all the low band, all the mid band, and probably all the high band too.
So it's possible they can get all of the 600 to 700 and basically everything from
millimeter wave. And
band 66 down.
US Cellular was using that millimeter wave for some home internet projects, so that's probably the spectrum they're going to be keeping. So let's flip the script, right? If we go to my home county where I'm from, right? They have no mid band in Chatham County, North Carolina. They still have the 68.85 megahertz of low band, and they still have 80 megahertz of high band, and they only have 500 wave in Chatham County. And I'm here to tell you, they only got like 2 towers in that whole county, so it's obvious why they don't have a bunch of spectrum.
You saying US Cellular?
US Cellular. That's what we're talking about. So what is when T-Mobile is getting 30% of their spectrum assets, they're getting everything with millimeter wave in most places. Is what I'm getting at. Everything but millimeter wave in most places, not all, but probably most. Yeah. Now, with that said, now here's another thing. Here's the other problem, right? What if this article is worded to make it sound like they're talking about the bandwidth of the spectrum, and instead they're talking about the locations, like 30% of their spectrum footprint, not all. You get what I'm saying?
That would be kind of a weird way of wording it, though.
So say you got spectrum in this many counties, and they get 30% of those counties. That could be that way too. We don't really know. So
That's true.
See, that's why I said that they could be saying 30% of their spectrum assets, meaning like the locations that they have.
Right, but they do say that US Cellular retains 70% of what's left, right? So the reason why the way I was thinking of it, right, is all this. I'm not even including millimeter wave because I seriously doubt they're deploying it at such a large scale. And then on top of that, I don't think that. I mean, you could check right now. I don't think that T-Mobile's millimeter wave holdings match up with US Cellular's millimeter wave holdings either.
Oh, and
so the millimeter wave holdings I don't think match, and the DoD and the C-band don't match. So that's what I was going by. That spectrum whatever don't match up is what they're not going.
Yeah, but don't match don't mean it doesn't have value though. It could still be leased.
True.
So like companies like AT&t, they might want a little more DoD, can maybe spin around the block.
But
I think the best way T-Mobile gets this actually done, is if they get the other two carriers involved and say, we're buying them, but guess what? We're gonna immediately agree to sell off the DoD C-band to AT&T Verizon.
But you got to look at it from this standpoint, man. I don't think that Verizon AT&T would want to help T-Mobile grab this company. Think about it. You want to help them grab another company so they can expand. You already don't like them in the first place. You're gonna help them grab more.
And I'll tell you something else too. I'm noticing a trend. So I'm going through like a bunch of counties that I know US Cellular has no native coverage. And the number one trend I'm getting is that they have low band in every single county. Even where they don't deploy, they own low band in counties they don't even have networks deployed. US Cellular.
US Cellular? Oh,
yeah. Like Alamance County, they have nothing deployed. They have 12 megahertz of low band there. You go to let's go grab another one. Guilford County, for instance, they have 0 deployed there. But so Guilford, they actually don't own any spectrum. Let's see here. They don't have any deployment, and I'm gonna say like Durham. I don't believe Durham. They still have 12 megahertz of low band. They got a bunch of low band in counties they don't even deploy in. And guess where it's at? It's right there where the band 12 is for T-Mobile. It's band 12. So don't let T-Mobile miss around and get 15 by 15 on band 12. Oh my Lord. I just thought about this. Wait, no, it wouldn't be 15 if it's 12 by 12. So they would end up with 10 by 10 on band 12. In a lot of these counties. It would make band 12 usable on T-Mobile.
Oh, wow. They will go from 0 to hero. Which, that would be dangerous, especially in certain areas.
God. There's a lot of band 12 in areas that is outside of US Cellular's footprint.
That's dangerous.
Wow.
Hold on, I'm about to pull up
this
article again.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
So like this, just so people can get a good idea, this is still from The Verge. This is US Cellular's true footprint, right? This is their footprint. They roam everywhere else. Like all the gray is roaming, but that dark color.
But
that dark color is their footprint.
But they do own spectrum in those gray areas too.
That's crazy.
Yes, sir. So my question is, are they already leasing some of that to some? See, now we got to go dig deep. But usually this thing will tell you if it's being leased to somebody and it's not saying anything.
If it's not being leased, that means that nobody else is deploying on it.
So how they get away with not using it is my question then, if that is the case.
I know that the FCC only requires you to maintain it active, like in somewhere. Like somewhere it has to be active.
Yeah, there's a percentage and it's all
right. It has to be active somewhere for you to be able to keep it.
So like could you zoom into Alamance County, which is gonna be to the right of Greensboro. If you see Greensboro there.
I'm gonna have to pull up the Spectrum Omega. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, I'm already on Spectrum Omega. I was looking at what
let
I
me
was just looking at what they show as their coverage area. That's what I was looking at.
let me go on to
I
US
already
Cellular
know.
website.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you do pull it up, you're gonna see there's nothing deployed there. I'm already on it. I'm already on Spectrum Omega. They don't show anything in those areas where they own that spectrum, but it's not deployed. They don't show you anything. Doesn't look like. Let me see. Let's see what it says. So, okay. Wait a minute. No, it's not giving
Come on.
me. Let's see if I can find if anybody's leasing it already. Yeah, they got 6x6 in a lot of these. Let's see.
Oh man, Google is acting up.
There's a company called King Street Wireless. Let's see who contact. Fixed mobile location. Somebody's using it, but it ain't US Cellular. Some company is called King Street Wireless is using it in Alamance County.
Mm.
Some small company.
All right, so let me see if I can get
Burlington
the
Channel
coverage map
Block.
up.
They also have 3.7. Well, no, 3.7 in that as well. What? Radio service in a minute. Normalized ABC call sign. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Let's look at this. What is this? King Street licensing, 12 megahertz. Oh, what if I stumbled into here?
Oh, did you just ran down the rabbit hole?
Oh man, I'm in a rabbit world. I went into Narnia just now. What is going on with this
Oh,
spectrum? Hold up.
coverage.
They're using it for something.
Yo, they're not showing the coverage map anymore.
Say what?
They're not showing the coverage map
I
anymore. Oh,
bet
there it is. There
they ain't.
it is. I'm about to say, man. I'm like, hold up. Last time I come to this website, it popped it right up.
Let's see what this application is for. Looks like they're leasing those gray areas that they own stuff in. They're leasing it to people.
Oh, all
What
right.
is
So
going on? Right, selling corporation. Really? Very interesting.
I mean, look at Raleigh, man. Wake Forest, like it just doesn't even try to go into the metro area.
No. Well, I mean, like, yeah, they don't even attempt it. No, absolutely. They don't attempt it at all.
And right there, the line, the
So,
Virginia North Carolina line, it just stops.
so
Break.
like
Put on the
Raleigh
brake.
is Wake County.
Uh-huh.
And let's see. In Wake, they only got 12 megahertz inside of Wake County. The other county below that, what county is it? Johnston County is where they do operate, though.
Right.
That's the area you see just below Raleigh there.
But
That's
here's the thing. Look
Johnston
at
County.
this. Look
So
at this. Look at
Johnston
this.
County,
Even
they've got 180 megahertz of non-millimeter wave.
what is it? You see, they claim they got coverage. Black is 4G.
But everywhere you see that dark color, T-Mobile about to have service.
Yes, and that's what I was getting ready to zoom in on. Hey, I need you to understand something. So, like, I'm getting closer. So, where's it at?
They already probably roam a little bit in some of those places, but the
Yeah.
gate's about to open on the throughput.
Yo, the big gates are gonna open because I was in this area here, so they consider this lowland country here. So I think I'm somewhere near Morehead City and Havelock, and all three of my carrier phones barely work. AT&T barely worked, Verizon didn't work, and T-Mobile didn't work, but US Cellular did.
Yep.
So they're gonna go from zero to hero real fast if they get this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all open ocean here. They got towers along the
islands, yeah.
the islands. So that's the only way you can get it.
Yeah, that's the Outer Banks area.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they're showing offshore. That's crazy.
Well, that's that low band.
Yeah.
that low band. They got 68 megahertz of low band out there.
Hey, look, at Myrtle Beach sitting right there. North Myrtle.
You see it ends before it even gets to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, it ends right before.
Yep. That's where T-Mobile has all that band 5.
Dang.
It's there in Myrtle Beach area. But yeah, I mean,
but yeah. So, but that this is what I mean. Like, they're gonna go from. I mean, understand the towers over here and that the towers over here in West Virginia. You know, that in the northern neck of Maryland. That little neck. Well, they call it northern neck because it protrudes just over West Virginia, which is a very weird way of cutting up the state. And then you got all of this in the Midwest.
and what you'll see is the areas where here's another thing you'll see: the areas where US Cellular does deploy low band, T-Mobile don't have no band 12.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. So like I'm looking at so right now for example, I'm in Johnston County. T-Mobile
uh-huh.
has no band 12 in Johnston County. 0.
So that gives them band
US
12 coverage in more
check this out.
places.
So right now, T-Mobile has everything from 668 to 688 in the 600.
Yeah,
US Cellular picks up at 688 to 698. Right, and then it
right.
perfectly lines up with the band 12, 698 to 710. So
Oh,
T-Mobile would
wow.
actually solidify. It would actually extend their 600. Shoot, you talking about 600 megahertz having how much spectrum?
Or 30 to 40. But you got to remember, they're acquiring some from Comcast. They're acquiring, they've been buying up some and their own holdings. Plus, on top of that, if they get T-Mobile and especially in these areas, they're gonna go. They could end up going just low band alone, almost 30 megahertz, if not more.
Depending on where it's at. So, like for example, in those counties out there, like Johnston County, for instance,
Yeah,
T-Mobile has no band 12 whatsoever. They have 10 by 10 on the 600 out there. The
right.
US Cellular would make them 15 by 15 out there.
Okay.
So they'd go to 15 by 15 in those markets, and then they would gain, like I said, they would gain 10 megahertz of band 12.
Oof. That's a lot of low band, man.
Yeah. Let's see
Oh,
how
well, you extend into Oklahoma, the edge of
10 by
Kansas
10.
City.
So that would give T-Mobile just low band. Shit, 40 megahertz of low, but they start catch up. They'll start catching up
Very quickly.
So 68
which
plus
is why
54.
I don't see
That's
Verizon.
over 100 megahertz of low band in Johnston County
Oh God.
in total. US Cellular has 68.85 and T-Mobile has 54.
Look, that's the reason why I don't see Verizon or AT&t coming to help them with this.
That is because US Cellular also has band 5.
Oh,
And they
might not get that band 5 then. Look, you
I
gotta
don't
remember.
care. Give it to Verizon or somebody. I mean, I don't care.
The reason why I say that is because they're from the way that they're structuring this, they're trying to get it past the DOJ and the FCC, right? Well, if you're seen grabbing up everything around, then it just spooks them even more. But if you're like, yo, we're just taking the things that really only pertain to us and the customers, because nobody wanted the customers. Look, US Cellular put it out there for a while that they were looking for buyers. Ain't nobody said nothing.
Well, yeah. If you look at a county like, say you look at Durham County, right? Verizon has 71 megahertz of low band. AT&T has 50. T-Mobile has 54. Verizon has a crap ton of low band in Durham County. So it looks to me like Verizon already grabbed up all the bands because they've got the C block of 700. They've got the A and B block of the band of the 800. They got they have all the 800. AT&T don't have any in Durham County. Verizon got all of it.
Right.
Just think about it. That's why they have so much right there.
But here's the thing. I think that the fight is really over DOD and C-band, though. I think that, like, granted, we're looking at low. We're looking at low band.
Yeah,
but
I don't think T-Mobile needs any
fight.
of that. I think that Verizon and AT&T should divvy up that, and that'll probably help.
There have been reports that they said that AT&T is in constant talks with US Cellular trying to grab that DOD
Sounds good. And
And,
it's already,
and
as
on
you know,
top of that,
it's already been said. T-Mobile's only getting 30%. So, like, what if
right,
well, maybe that's the initial deal, and it may change if they can get the other companies on board to go ahead and buy up some spectrum, which I think
right.
AT&T definitely should. They're the only ones lacking out here in these streets. They out here
You know what?
lacking.
It's going to be difficult to really see what direction AT&T goes into because they're with their spectrum broken up as much as it is, and not much of it. Like the way that I look at AT&T is like, hey, we're in the game, but we're not really trying that hard. And I know that some people are gonna be like, oh no, AT&T is doing it. I mean, in the country, they're god tier. Hey, with this spectrum, with this extra spectrum, man, T-Mobile can surpass AT&T even.
Yeah.
Now getting it on air is the problem. Like that's what the issue is gonna be is getting towers up and getting people covered. I don't necessarily think that T-Mobile ever had a spectrum issue. They had a coverage issue. But I don't know, man. That's
Ooh,
crazy.
I got one. What county? What county is Carolina Beach? Because that's where T-Mobile needs band too.
Yeah.
Because Verizon has band two there, and they're god tier because of it, and that's where T-Mobile struggles. It's Carolina Beach. It's still, don't get me wrong, you're still getting a couple hundred down, but like it's you can the experience. You can tell the experience is different. I think band two is more important than everybody seems to make it. After like
Oh,
really noticing that any company that has it, if they have plenty of wherever you are, your experience is always good. That's just what I've noticed.
right.
If you're on a network and they have a lot of band two, your experience is pretty balanced, is what I've noticed
Oh,
for
look
me.
at Maine. Hey, look at Maine. Why are you putting spectrum so close to the water? That you know what? That changes the perspective also. They're feeding a lot of these boatings also.
New Hanover.
People people who are on US Cellular are on boats.
Let's see. Okay, so we go to look at like Carolina Beach, for instance.
Uh-huh.
We see here T-Mobile has 70 megahertz of mid-band, whereas Verizon has 80, AT&T has 90, US Cellular has 60. No, sorry, US Cellular has 10. So they would make them matching Verizon to grab that band too, and because they barely have band two over there in New Hanover County, what I'm talking about.
Right.
So that would make them matching Verizon on band two, which would probably fix a lot of their problems. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff where US Cellular could help T-Mobile.
That's true. Yo, I just think that um I think this is going to be good for customers, and US Cellular customers can stop roaming. They'll stop roaming, and then they can finally get T-Mobile Tuesdays.
Oh God, don't start with that crap.
Hey man, everybody needs their plush T-Mobile blanket, man. You can't enjoy winters without your T-Mobile blanket, man. That's all I'm saying.
Scanner Services. Who is that? Shoot, I forgot Southern Link is still out there.
Oh,
Yeah, Southern Link has a lot of that Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, 800 megahertz.
yeah, T-Mobile wouldn't be able to touch that. I see a Verizon going after it though. I mean, the days of these smaller carriers are done now. Like you're not able to compete. You're not able to compete. You're being built over top of. Eventually, you're going to be fading away. I didn't even know that US Cellular as a whole only had 4 million customers.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
I didn't. I mean, 4 million customers, and you operating such a large footprint. This is not a small footprint, man.
Who you leasing from? Let's see. Well, oh, Nextel West Coast. Oh, so that's T-Mobile. Wow.
Oh,
Now I'm looking at Alaska Wireless.
Just playing with this little map here. Alaska Wireless has got a lot of 800 up there in Alaska, but they own a lot of it. But there's spots where they're leasing, and they're leasing from Nextel Corp, which we all know is T-Mobile.
Yo, Iowa and Nebraska, they will go from zero to hero instantly in Iowa.
And in Milwaukee, where EM is at, where they're trash.
Yeah.
Zero
he ain't gonna
hero.
be able to stay that much longer. If this goes through, he's gonna be like, oh, I hate them.
I don't know about hero, but they'll go from zero to somebody.
Look, I'm just saying, man. That's a lot of coverage. I mean, hey, look, from the conversations we had, they said that in their area, US Cellular holds the higher portion of 600 and I think 2.5. So they're gonna get their 2.5 and their 600. That's crazy. Hey, look, now here's the thing. With all the information we just talked about, would you consider them resting on their laurels? But they would you consider them trying to rest on their laurels and not spend to expand their coverage?
Who?
T-Mobile. With them coming out with this week.
No, I think they're doing the smartest thing to do, and the smartest thing to do is you buy, you don't build.
So like the conversation I had a couple nights ago, me and EM had a difference of opinion, but this comes from the fact that we got the SpaceX Starlink direct to cell service. So we got two companies that are in the game now. So we got ATS and we got SpaceX, right? So ATS being a low Earth orbit satellite, and SpaceX being, getting the outside edge of orbit.
They're also low orbit.
Yeah, but they don't say exactly how far, and I did look up.
I know it is. If it ain't 26,000 miles, it's low orbit now.
They say they consider low Earth orbit 1,200 miles.
Yeah, I just said if it ain't 26,000 miles, it is low orbit.
Right. But here's the thing: Starlink operates at 300 miles.
Well, that's super low orbit then.
Yeah,
that's still low orbit.
That's why I said.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure. No, radio. Do you know that I know better dealing with you right now? So I had to look it up before I came up here. I did. I know better now. You done stepped on my toes too many times.
Yeah. So that is super low orbit. That is lower than low orbit.
Right. So that's why I'm. Look, we were talking about
most low orbit. We're talking about 10,000 miles.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So 342 miles is super low orbit.
That touches the outside. Right. Because here's the thing, just to give people context, what they consider you being in outer space is 60 miles. Okay? They consider the international Kármán line, which is like what Jeff Bezos is doing for their rockets. They're launching people up and they touch about 60 or 70 miles up, then you're considered in outer space. Okay? So Starlink is at 350 miles above everybody, and then AST is, they said low Earth orbit, and low Earth orbit is 1,200 miles. So we were talking about propagation and which one is going to be better.
I'll tell you one thing, that explains the ping not being 6,000.
See, of course. 300 miles away is a whole lot different.
Yeah, 300 ain't bad.
Right. Which I mean, here's the thing: at 1,200, the pings will probably double, if not triple.
No, not necessarily. Because remember, I just told you so geosynchronous orbit, which is like our classic satellite systems.
Yeah.
They were still getting 100 millisecond pings to 200.
Right.
So anything below 90 is considered an achievement. Now, remind you, if we do basic math, what is the average Starlink ping? You know what it
The average
is?
Starlink ping is about 40 millisecond.
You sure
I
about
know that
that?
I've seen it as low as 20.
It says the average is actually. It said so the average is gonna. So it says that most people are seeing about 50, but it goes as high as 100 randomly.
Right.
So we'll just go ahead and say the average is 80, right?
Okay.
So
Right.
80 versus so when you say double, technically no, because literally we're talking about going from 26,000 miles getting 100 millisecond ping to 342 miles getting 60 to 50.
Yeah. Well, no, that's
So
not a direct. It's not linear.
so we can be real and say 1,200 ain't gonna be double. It'll honestly probably be the same. Yeah, I'm just saying that's a big gap.
It's not linear. It's not linear at all.
26,300 miles all the way down to 342 is a big jump, and the ping didn't cut in half.
Now, here's the thing. So the conversation that I had with Carlos, and we were disagreeing on this one. He believes that AST is. Let me make sure I say the name right. Hold on. So let me pull this up.
Says that HughesNet is high as 600 ping.
Yes, but theirs is geosynchronous orbit.
Exactly, that's 26,300 miles.
Yeah, theirs is geosynchronous orbit. So yes, their ping is dumb high.
Yeah. But you know, we see where we at. I still don't want Starlink.
So AST is from what I can tell that their reasoning, Verizon finally jumped on board, right? And the consensus of the room was Verizon shouldn't have done it. And I'm thinking that the reason why they did it is because T-Mobile, when deploying on the satellite and finally offering the service, allows them to say some type of special verbiage that they're not able to say currently right now.
I don't think that is as valuable as you think it is.
I think it's very valuable because
I don't, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not going to say Verizon shouldn't have done it, and the reason I'm not going to say that is because there are still scenarios where people have to use satellite phone. Why would Verizon want to know people are giving money to a satellite phone company?
That's true.
So if you're Verizon and you got that one customer who pays his bill every month, but when he goes out on the ocean, he is willing to pay more money to have satellite phone out there. Like the guy with the huge lot. Guy with the huge yacht. Why not keep him here? Not let him go out and spend that money. Give us that money. So what I'm getting at is I don't think Verizon should be offering the service for free.
No.
The service should be an additional upcharge on plans for people who really want it, and it should be somewhere around half what the satellite phone costs people today, and they can probably take all of that business from those people, including international companies, because we already know Verizon obviously only operates a wireless network in the US, but they operate networks across the planet, even on other continents. Why wouldn't you want that Japanese, ship to be using your services? So it's not a bad business move to also be offering some kind of sat to cellular service, because you can monetize that in many different ways. Not use it for coverage gap filling, but instead basically take all the satellite phone money. So it's not a bad deal. And I think that's what Verizon should do. They should not use it in a petty way, is what you're describing, to be a marketing thing, because they don't want T-Mobile to be able to say they can do something Verizon says they can't do it.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's petty, but what I'm saying is when T-Mobile and SpaceX announced this partnership, it was it kind of fell on people, kind of like, why are you doing this? Why the mantra was, why don't you just put that money into building your network instead of
that, which is why it doesn't give Verizon any value to care if T-Mobile is doing that. That's what I'm saying.
True.
All righty then. So then you have to. So instead of looking at what T-Mobile's doing, why not say how can this actually help Verizon? Because that's where I bet you'll find the actual answer. That's what I'm getting at. Everything Verizon does or AT&T does not have to be a reaction to something T-Mobile did. Some of this stuff is just, hey, great minds think alike. Sometimes satellite is not bad, right? So Verizon, we know they're a company that likes to monetize things, right?
I don't think them having a partnership with AT&t is a problem, because I know that Verizon can find a way to monetize this, and actually probably whatever remaining satellite phone market, you better believe Verizon's going to be out there pushing for those people, not the general public. Yeah,
That's
that
true.
doesn't mean the general public ain't going to be able to subscribe, but I guarantee that the push is going to be for those people. Those companies that are operate like I know a company personally that operates they operate a they operate a casino boat casino that has to go to international water, just so you can gamble. So right now they actually have they already have onboard satellite systems, technically, which is probably much more expensive than some potential offering Verizon may be able to give them.
Which means that you end up bypassing that boat operator, or like cruises. Cruises charge you extra for data when they
charge you ridiculous amounts of money. So imagine you go on a cruise, and as long as you go outside, that add-on you already got covers you, so you're not using the Wi-Fi on the cruise ship.
That's true.
Or roaming on the cellular network created on the cruise ship and paying ridiculous overages. So I'm just saying there is ways to monetize this that have nothing to do with coverage. Nothing to do with we don't want to build towers now.
No, hey, look, I'm just saying that I'm looking at it from a standpoint of competition, and I was viewing it from a reactionary standpoint. I mean, Verizon with T-Mobile coming close to launching this, like I could understand if Verizon had said that we're going to do this deal with AT&t, because AT&T had already had a deal with AT&T way before. I think probably even before T-Mobile and SpaceX got together. I think they were already partnering with them in the first place. But Verizon's the last one to the game, and I'm like, you look kind of like a copycat right now. Which that's kind of how I was viewing it. It was like, why are you just now coming to the table now? And I think that Verizon is bringing some of their spectrum holdings to the table also with this deal. So everybody's pretty much just letting these satellite operators use. Yeah, so here you go. According to the release, the 850 megahertz spectrum that Verizon uses will support and offer coverage for the continental U.S.
Yeah, so if you go to AT&T's website, they're actually showing people using this phone service on Maui where there's no cell coverage already.
Oh,
they're already able to do that.
So you know what? That makes sense now. Why band? You know what? That makes sense why I haven't seen much of Band 5 when I've been driving around on Verizon. And I haven't seen much of it.
Yeah, Hawaii apparently is the test ground. They did it last year this time.
Okay.
They did direct-to-cell phone calls and video calls.
Yeah. So they're going to end up letting the satellite company use their 850 megahertz spectrum, which is Band 5 for the United States.
Is that what the documentation is saying?
That's what it's saying.
Well, I just told you Verizon has a crap ton of that Band 5 that they don't even deploy already.
Right.
So they're not shrinking it to deploy that because they already got a bunch they don't use.
So they're offering, along with AT&T's Band 5, would give them a larger chunk and a very nice look, like roaming off network. Look, you know what's funny? If anything, this could make it where Verizon doesn't have to expand no more. If you with AST,
yeah, I mean, but I don't think. But once again, I don't think that's true. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't think this is not a coverage gap thing. This is you're on the ocean, you're on a random mountain. That's not the same thing as not expanding. Not the same thing. You're assuming that what people accuse T-Mobile of is Verizon's motive, and I think that's faulty thinking.
Well, here's the thing: with them not deploying Band 5 but
remember, we're talking about places they do cover. They still not deploying all of it. They do cover the area still. You still get 700 down that area. So the Band 5 really ain't making a difference. So not deploying all of your spectrum in a spot you do cover is not the same as not having coverage. You understand what I'm saying? When I said not deploy, I'm not saying they got a no coverage area where they have band 5 and don't use it. I'm saying they got areas they do cover, they don't use the band 5.
I was just looking at it from the standpoint
these
of
two things are mutually exclusive. Is what I'm saying.
That's true.
You can't put them together. Don't twist it. Don't put it together.
Hey, I could. I like to live. I like to live in speculation land, man.
Yeah, but that speculation land is a lot of retaliatory thought processes come from it. That's why you can't do it. You can't go, well, T-Mobile was looking for Verizon. I don't think that's what's happening. That's not. Because remember, these places that T-Mobile is going to get saved by the satellite are places Verizon does cover. There's a lot of them places they're already covering it. So how are they not going to cover something they already cover? That's what I'm saying. You can't necessarily look at it that way. To me, this is probably going to be an upsell. It ain't going to be on everybody's phone. You may be, look, he knows even crazier. It may be available for like an emergency situation, but you're going to get hit with a freaking charge out your butt for it.
Ooh.
It's like, hey, I got hurt on the mountain and I needed to use the satellite thing as an emergency.
No, you remember?
You pay, you're gonna pay $50 for that one use.
Do you remember that hiker? They made a movie about it. Remember that hiker that got his arm caught inside of a rock, and I think like he had to cut his arm off to get free. Yeah. Imagine you sitting there and on your phone, like you fumbling one hand while you pinned to the rock, and it says, "Do you want to accept these overcharges?"
You think I'm right? That's my point. So if Verizon is the king of the monetization, there will probably be some type of add-on package that you could get permanently, and there will be an emergency use package. I doubt they're going to say, oh, there's no coverage. We'll just let you use it for free to cover, so we don't want to have to build towers. I don't think that's the case. And look, I even said I don't think it's the case with T-Mobile. I don't think T-Mobile's going to stop completely building because they have satellite. I think they may slow down, but I don't think they're going to stop. I don't for 1 second believe that. I know some people in the community do believe that, but I don't.
Look, we don't know exactly what the performance is going to end up being because, like, granted, like, what is it? So I got this one right here. Let me pull this up.
So AST is claiming they can do a video call on it. So,
and SpaceX just showed that they can too.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, at what point is good enough good enough? Right.
Well, the truth of the matter is this: in a place where there's no coverage, 5 megs up by 5 megs down is the best you could ever hope for. Anything better than that is great. That's how I feel about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. 5 by 5 is all you should expect out of this. You probably going to get more than that, but I don't think it matters because guess what? We have land-based towers that barely do 5 by 5. So why do we expect so much from ourselves from space? I don't. That's why everybody getting mad about it. Ain't they gonna be able to carry that much? I don't think that matters.
I really don't think it matters as much. I mean, but one of the biggest difference that I was saying like the other night was one is operating a lot closer, which could give it the edge a little bit, but because Verizon AT&t are pooling their spectrum together to add to this, could in theory give them a better coverage footprint.
What is the height you're saying AST is at?
1,200 miles. They can get a better performing situation, but because SpaceX is operating in a lower orbit, PCS, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just got to work. So that's kind of where I'm looking at this is what happens if it overperforms?
Sir, you are incorrect.
What?
So AST Space Mobile says that their satellite will be at 508 kilometers, which is about 327 miles.
Oh.
Not 1,200. I don't know where you got 1,200 from.
No, because I went on their website and I didn't see where they said it. I don't know how you found it.
You assumed it was it's called Google.
Well, I Google searched it.
You know what Google? Wait, you know what Google did? It read their wiki, and their wiki says it. It says one satellite will cover 300,000 square miles of the Earth. One satellite. And
I told you I don't like getting my toes stomped by you. I told you I was looking this up.
Yeah, 316 to 327 miles. It's already compatible with S22s and up, and all iPhone that have satellite communication and up. So. So yeah, it's not 1,200 feet. It's the same. But they're doing so. They got Blue Walker 1, and they have Blue Walker. They've launched 3 of these, and these operate a little bit different than how the SpaceX satellites do. The height of flight is basically the same, but their system works a little different. Antenna array successfully unfolded, deployed on November 2022. Space Blue Walker to have a field of view of over 300,000 square miles of Earth. It maintains low Earth orbit between 316 to 327 miles. Yep.
I know that the SpaceX one is small. It's a smaller footprint, but they're using PCS.
Well, I'm saying the satellite's a smaller footprint, but this thing, if you see the picture of it,
no, I haven't seen the picture of it.
It has hundreds of antennas on the single one.
Oh wow!
That's why I think.
Can you pull it up on the chat?
Oh, yeah. Let's go back. It's not built the way the SpaceX stuff is, and they're actually saying it's 5G. It's not even LTE. I'll put a picture of it. Right, it's right on their website.
Oh, they're going straight 5G. Wow.
That's what it says. It says Space 5G Cellular.
Well, I think SpaceX and T-Mobile are doing LTE.
But they're doing a bunch of these little. It's almost like it looks like it's like a giant MIMO antenna. Basically, that's what it looks like when you see the picture of it, or the animation of it. This puppy right here.
Oh, good God.
Mm-hmm. It's different.
That is different.
But they're saying that single one has a 300,000 mile that is covering. And remember, they're not trying to provide home internet with this like SpaceX, so they don't need you to pull 300 of them. That's the other thing. This is literally
they just gotta cover the United States.
This is literally just emergency communications. I mean, it's interesting what they got going on there.
Yeah, what was it? There's another hurdle about this also. So SpaceX wants to be able to do let's see. I read it, and that was another reason why I brought it out.
See here? Read that. What does it say?
Oh, hold on.
I want you to read what it says. It says exactly what I just said.
Gotta pull it up to the big screen.
What does it say? I highlighted it. Monthly add-on.
Yep.
See? Or you can get a day pass. See? Standalone, meaning they can operate without another service provider. So they're already telling us what's going to happen. It's going to be an add-on.
Yeah, there's going to be add-on services.
Yes, sir. It's not going to be we don't have coverage there. Here's some coverage. No, see? We already found our answer, and all we had to do is just look.
You know what? I did read that. I read that.
That's what it's exactly. Look, that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. And I just guessed it.
I can just see it now.
Talking about
the satellite services that T-Mobile, AT&t, and Verizon are going to use.
Oh, I don't care for that.
Oh, you don't care until you find yourself in Yosemite Park.
He won't be in Yosemite Park, sir.
But even then, some parts of it already have service now.
Exactly. That's why I say this narrative is being misused.
We're talking about that part. We're talking about that part that's in the middle of nowhere, like those we're off the beaten path. And then no radio. Let me ask you a question: how do you validate that you pay that you pay for it? Because what happens when it's going to be a
okay. So imagine this, Keon. Imagine this. Think about it like a Wi-Fi hotspot that's like on a building somewhere. And you roll up there and you don't really have service. The network is there. You just, you can't really connect. And then when you connect it, guess what? It pops up a screen and says, hey, you got to pay this many dollars to use this connection. You going to tell me they can't do that with that satellite?
That's true.
You get out there in the middle of nowhere and you ain't got no service. And they're going to pop up and be like, would you like to connect to AST services?
I can see it now. Like it's gonna be a website splash page, and you're gonna be like, choose here for the next 45 minutes.
It'll be like $15 per day or $50 for 30 days.
Oh Lord. Oh God, it's gonna be terrible.
Hey, I'm just saying, in certain scenarios, when you're out there dying, it's gonna be like, we have detected that you have crashed.
Oh Lord.
AST would love to connect you.
or
for
like when you
small $50 fee, we can contact 911 and let them pinpoint your location.
Oh God. Yo, don't worry, you okay. That's even better because you remember OnStar was in like a lot of GM cars, right?
Exactly.
So when you mount your phone, you could put it there and say, hey, look, you get into a crash, you can't make a phone call. We'll make that phone call for you, but for a fee.
I'm here to tell you that joint works. I sent a video the other day. A guy crashed his motorcycle with his iPhone. And that joker called 911. It sure did.
Hey. There you go.
The phone called immediately.
You know, look, it's gonna be extra menus like, hey, do you want the just in case there's no service option? Because we offer that too. Oh God. I can already. This is gonna be terrible.
Hey, but that's the purpose of it, man.
No. I think that is the ultimate purpose of it. I was thinking more along the lines of like, with that being said, which company is going to offer a continuous service?
I'm pretty sure they all will, but it's going to be premium priced.
When you say people,
you said continue. What do you mean? Wait, well, maybe what you're saying is not what I think you're saying. Describe what you're saying.
So when I say continuous, I'm talking about like monthly. I don't have to think about it. It just happens.
No, I'm saying monthly service or like
a monthly service.
All of them.
But here's the thing: if we're talking about Verizon here and AT&T, AT&T just got rid of my priority access and want to resell it to me. It's called Turbo.
But you think they don't want to charge you an extra $25 a month for this, $30 a month for this, $40 a month for this? Yes, they do.
I think so.
You're not the target customer. That's the point. You're trying to apply it to your life. You're not the guy that's 8 miles out in the ocean right now who's paying $100 a month for a satellite phone he only uses twice a year. You're not him.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not worth it, no radio, because a lot of people that have T-Mobile or the main carriers are not going to get it unless like they're driving.
Oh, but we're not talking about T-Mobile right now. We're talking about Verizon.
No, well, I mean, Verizon AT&T.
Yeah, we're talking about
all
what
the
they're
carriers
doing
in general.
Yeah, but like I just said though, the guy that's 8 miles out on the ocean, he's already paying some ridiculous price for satellite phone. He's the person that Verizon can consolidate. That's who I'm talking about. That's the person that they can go, hey.
So you perceive this to be, if you was going to be an add-on, a permanent add-on on your bill,
this would kill the satellite phone business completely. This would get rid of satellite phones.
This would destroy the satellite phone
business. That's what I'm saying.
Completely.
If you're Verizon and you do the math and you find out that you have like 1,000 corporate customers with satellite phones, right? And those customers have probably even talked to you before and was like, hey, were you guys ever going to have any kind of satellite phone service? Maybe give us some bundling deals. And Verizon for years, no. And then one day they're like, hey, we got this AST thing now. It works with your iPhone. You already got it in your pocket.
So what do you think the premium is going to be? That's what I'm curious about too.
I mean, so all we got to do is look at what satellite phones cost and probably decrease the price by 30%.
All right, so when I was talking to Carlos, he was talking about the service is like $100 a month. And look, that's $100 a month, and you got to buy a specialized phone to use it.
So check this out. So like iSat phone, let's take a look right now. Yeah, it's expensive, so I'm getting it. And look, they satellite phones are still charging by the minute too, by the way.
Oh, heck no.
Okay, so check this out. So 100 minutes on a satellite phone is $85.
No, don't tell me they're gonna start charging us about a minute again.
No, that's my point. That's how they would take these customers, though. They will be able to take these customers because they're not going to charge that much. So, like here, it says terms of service. It says deactivation for a minimum duration will result in a termination fee of $250. Good God! Look at the data speeds they get. 2.4 kilobits per second.
Oh God!
You telling me you can't steal that customer?
Oh, you could.
That's what I'm trying to tell
That's
you.
a drive-by shooting.
Forget this coverage mess. The money is probably in taking all of these big customers who are already using these type of services because their business requires them to.
Right.
No, Raider, you know what I would do, honestly, sir?
What would you do, man?
I would literally get that new Amazon portable satellite thing that comes out, and that'll cancel all my problems.
Yeah, but we're talking about the guy that just wants to have a cell phone in his pocket.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
He's on a boat. The boat's rocking, and you got the damn little Amazon thing trying to stay connected. Come on, dog.
Basically, it's like a MiFi.
I understand that, but it still needs line of sight.
But Brandon, the biggest customers will be the ones that's on what is it? Those cruises. The cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, cruise data is crazy high.
It's crazy high. Yeah.
It's extremely expensive. It's like it's more expensive than going to Europe.
So like for a person like me that's a high data user, I would love to just pay, like an extra, say I'm being on a cruise for 7 days and they tell me, hey, you can just go ahead and get the whole month right now for $30. I'd probably just take it.
You'll take that.
Yeah.
Take it all day.
But these customers, look at this, 150 minutes, $99.
No,
yeah.
Come on, bro. These are the customers who you can swoop up. They probably already have a Verizon phone in their pocket, but as soon as they get out there 20 miles into the ocean, they got to use a satellite phone.
And then, what is it? With the
iPhone unlimited?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. $2,500 for unlimited on satellite phone.
Oh.
You see what I'm talking about?
No.
This is what I'm saying. These are the people you go and get. If you're Verizon and you already have relationships with some large companies that do ocean stuff, here you go. Here you go, buddy. And don't let them mess around and figure out how to make this work on airplanes.
Oh God. Oh, it's over.
Especially if they can find enough spectrum for it.
Oh, it's over at that point.
Yeah. So I'm saying
using a VPN.
I'm just saying these services are all I'm getting is these services are expensive. So these are going to be the bulk of the finance. Everybody else is just outlier. That's why I say if you're Verizon, you probably already have relationships with 1,000 companies that all also have satellite phones.
That's true.
You got that oil tanker that's out there in the ocean right now, and he has service with you when he's on land. But as soon as he leaves the oil field and goes out on the boat, he's on a satellite phone for every call.
He whipping. You see him out on the deck whipping this phone out with that long antenna out the side.
Long ass antenna out the side that he's paying ridiculous amounts to make calls on.
Hey, he's like trying to just say hi and get off my phone.
That's why I'm saying that's the customer that I don't think you're seeing. That's why I don't think it's a coverage play. I think it's the new satellite phone that's coming. It's the new. It's that new.
Yeah. Hey.
Them prices are insane.
That's some insane pricing. Look, jumping in and disrupting that business. I mean, you could grab a lot of customers that way.
But Edmund, let's be realistic, sir. We don't go to oceans and we don't live with Farmer John.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look. Understand something. I have been looking at going. I want to go on a cruise, but I looked at those international prices, man. That thing make your soul cry.
Hey, you ready to see how the thought process comes together? If you go on Google and you type in companies that use satellite phones, the first thing pops up from AI is tech companies like Apple, Amazon, SpaceX, and T-Mobile are working on combining satellite phone services with cell phones. So they basically just told you they try to kill the satellite phone game by making it all work on your regular phone. Satellite phones are going to die in the next 10 years completely.
Yeah.
Dead, gone, thing of the past. Verizon and them are going to take up that Verizon AT&t are going to be competing for all those customers who already have them.
That's true.
Yep.
I see that.
You're going to have that. They're going to have on the ejection seat on the F-22 Raptor, there's going to be an iPhone that has a cellular satellite plan.
Call us just in case you parachute out. Thank you.
We already got the thing tracked, but now you can also call us immediately. Ejectocito, cuz.
Oh.
Like, oh, where you at? Man, I'm somewhere in the Alps, dog. Like, come get me, homie. You on a regular iPhone, not roaming. You're on the side.
Not roaming. But that's what I was like curious about, right? Is how much it's going to end up costing? Because what I add, I would love to add this and test it out. It would have to be an add-on because I don't think I would want to continue because I live in the city.
I know that, but God
city.
knows what it's going to cost, but I guarantee it ain't going to be free. I can tell you that. It's
not God. Be no, I don't see that being free.
It ain't going to be a coverage gap user. It's going to be a hell you pay us gap user.
Yes. It's going to be you. You're going to be like, oh, you are you stranded? Do you need help? Press this button.
We can tell here that your Instagram has not updated in 2 hours. This is not normal. You know you want to see what that big booty girl posted from St. Louis.
Oh no. Oh no. Radio, and you know it's gonna be that it's gonna be a persistent nag. Because think about it, when let's say that you are traveling in between like California and Vegas, right? And you hit that dead zone.
Instead of getting SOS, it's gonna get a we hit out. We here.
Are we here? Are you? Oh no. That's gonna be crazy. And it's gonna be persistent. Like imagine the icon doesn't you know how your bars disappear now? The bars don't ever disappear, they just turn colors. It just goes like when you're when you roam now, you're global roaming, it just turns red. So that means that you still have a chance to still be able to get your post out, but how important is that post to you now?
Oh, Jesus.
How important is that post? Is it important to you? Are you gonna spend that money? Yo, that's crazy. Technology, man. That's all I can say. Let's see.
Hey man, what were y'all talking about earlier about T-Mobile?
You know what they're gonna tell you?
Oh, what?
No,
my bad, Brandon.
I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna tell you whenever you try to when you say I don't want it, I don't need it.
That's what they gonna say. Oh, you breaking up a little bit, man.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you got a meme coming. Here it comes. No.
You want me to tell you what they're gonna tell you?
What they gonna tell me?
Wait a minute, give me 1 second.
Oh.
This is what they gonna say, Keon, whenever you tell them I don't need no data.
Girl, I know you want these nuts.
See. The radio, you're a dangerous individual, sir.
I know you want these.
You want these nuts. See? I think I remember that one. He said he gyrated a little bit when he said that.
John Witherspoon said. John Witherspoon said.
Number 3.
I hate to say this, but grab your genitals and say the line. Oh Jesus.
Oh, but hey, this is gonna be if you think that advertising is on our phones now,
it's getting worse.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible.
You just wait till soda machines start talking to you, because that's coming.
Oh gosh.
You're gonna walk by a soda machine somewhere, it's gonna
Aren't you thirsty?
Aren't you thirsty? My sodas are at a prime 37.5 degrees.
Ooh.
It is currently 102 outside. Quench your thirst.
Oh gosh.
I accept Apple Pay, Cash App, credit card.
Yep. Oh, and PayPal. All you have to do is transfer.
Chuck E. Cheese arcade tokens.
Oh Lord, not the Chuck E. Cheese arcade tokens.
At a 45% markup, of course.
Oh Lord. But yo, hey,
God.
I do see. I mean, there's benefits in this, big benefits, right? It's just gonna come down to like, am I gonna roll this up into my bill? And it's gonna be the price difference between the two. That's gonna be the next one. What happens if T-Mobile says, hey, you can get our 5G, or the Go Plus 5G deal, or they come out and rename it and say, hey, look, you get nationwide coverage built in, right?
No, it doesn't make sense.
I'm just saying. I mean, we like I said, we got two companies and using two different styles of doing it. I mean, granted, AST is still roughly about the same distance from the
Keon,
Earth, but we don't know.
I need you to recognize that the old T-Mobile is gone.
I'm not saying no. I'm not.
There will be no more uncarrier moves.
Oh man, I can only hope, dog. I can hope. Let me hope.
When's the last time there was an uncarrier move, sir?
There hasn't been.
Exactly.
There hasn't been.
Why is it gonna be one now? It ain't gonna happen.
Hey, look, I'm just saying that I was looking at them trying to disrupt the industry. That's what I'm kind of hoping for.
It's over.
So
Hey man, what more do you want them to disrupt, sir?
It's over, dog. It's over.
I don't know.
There ain't no more disruptions coming. It is over.
I don't know.
What you got is what you get, and that's the way it's gonna be. There will be no more uncarrier moves because they don't need to.
No, but you know what's so crazy? No radio is that the past year they've been silent about a lot of things. They don't even talk about the network build or anything like that anymore.
Nope. They don't need to.
They basically are now AT&t and Verizon.
Exactly. That's why I said ain't gonna be no more uncarriers, Keon.
Mm.
No free.
No more disruptions. No more game changers.
Nope. It's over.
The only thing that they're probably going to disrupt, but it won't be that much noise, is probably whenever the iPhone comes out. But even then, it's probably still a trick.
Verizon's offering a better deal than everybody right now, I think, on iPhones.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're saying new and existing customers get the iPhone 15 Pro.
But basically, all they're doing, Edmund, is they're robbing your old toy and putting you in a contract.
That's true, but hey, people look. People don't want to have separate bills for it. A nerd like me is willing to pay, eBay or go straight to Apple and just pay down the phone separately of my cell phone bill because I don't want to be tied to a carrier.
But you are not the majority.
I know. I'm not the majority. I know.
Nerds are the majority, so we don't matter.
That's true.
Edmund, I would say the ones that are the uncarrier right now are literally the cable companies.
Not necessarily.
Well, close.
No, I mean the cable companies are showing that they're willing to do a lot more. Like I know, what was it, Spectrum saying that they're doing like, what is it called? No. Yeah, they're paying off other people's bill to get you out of their bill, the carrier's bill.
Yeah, but is that necessarily on carrier thing? All the companies.
No. I don't think that's not a carrier move.
Alrighty, because I kindly remember when I switched from T-Mobile to Verizon, I didn't have a bill for like 8 months, dog. 11 months actually. Because of how much they gave me for bringing my lines over was the equivalent of paying off all my lines.
Right.
So that's not special.
You said that's not special no more, no radio.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It is not special.
Man.
And and I will point out, you're probably bringing that device over.
Yeah. Do you know what about this merger is going to end up probably happening too? This will be the time to really slap T-Mobile in the face, where you can unlock the phones are going to have to be unlocked. This is look. They actually did it with the MVNO side. They did it with the MVNO side for T-Mobile.
Ta-da!
So, hold up.
Do you need home internet?
They offering it all.
Do you need a cell phone? Do you want TV? You want home phone? Nah, we don't want it.
Who does home phone?
Let me find. I'm gonna go get a random address real quick.
Huh.
Let's see here. See if I can find it.
Give a random address. You got weird people on the internet, man.
I'm just hoping they're not already a customer. Already a customer. Already a customer. That's how you know you have a market share. You literally type in a random number in a street and they're
already a customer.
Yeah, you can't even let's try another. Bad.
Bundle the best deal.
Probably not gonna be able to find somebody that's not a customer. That's called market.
That's saturation, boy.
That's penetration.
It's gonna work. I mean, it's gonna be a customer.
Oh,
here we go. We found one.
There we go.
I was using houses that are for sale, so these addresses ain't special. If you still live there, guess what? Anybody on Zillow can see your address, so I didn't out you. And this thing is not wanting to load. The page is gonna crash.
Oh no!
It wants the customer so bad it can't even control itself. It's like,
hurry up and get that deal off the wall over there. Hurry up!
Either way, though, the whole spectrum thing is this, bro. They're honestly becoming more like the carriers, to be honest with you. And you can see it in their moves. They're doing stuff like throwing out bait like this. You can upgrade your phone anytime.
Yeah.
But you have to have the highest plan. You got to have the highest plan to do it.
They interviewed the CEO of Spectrum, and they said like we're doing everything short of offering phones on the deals on the plans.
Yeah, but now they're not
offering phones.
So for example, you can go there right now, get yourself a Pixel 8, right?
Yeah.
You keep that Pixel 8 for like 6 months, decide that you don't want a Pixel 8 anymore. You just take it in, trade for another phone, go to an iPhone, keep it 6 months. Take it in, trade for another phone. Now, where they win? So first of all, none of the carriers are doing that. They're not letting you bring the phone back anytime. They're doing stuff like once a year, something like that, right?
No, but no radio. T-Mobile used to do that back then, and it was called Jump on Demand or Next or whatever.
Yeah, but we talk about right now. Right now is what matters, right?
Yeah, look, you already said the old T-Mobile's dead, so
old T-Mobile's dead.
Let's go ahead and bury him.
So here's the deal, right? The T-Mobile plan that lets you do that is over $100. The Spectrum plan that lets you do that is $50.
That's half.
So now, am I saying that makes Spectrum some great thing? No, because technically they're actually behaving more like a carrier by doing a lot of this stuff. What are they doing? They're trying to push people into higher plans. So think about this, right? And I'm gonna tell you this is where regular people anger me. They ignore the thing being the truth that's written out right in front of them, and they find ways to be mad. Prime example. I hear people say stuff like this. Man, when I signed up, my service was only supposed to be, $79 a month for my phone and all my stuff, right? Now my bill is $150. They don't tell you they done daggum switch to the plan that costs twice as much for the cell phone side. They done swap phones 3 times. They done all this extra stuff, and they act like they bill just going up on its own. No, you are doing stuff to make your bill go up, and you're falling for it because these companies will dangle that carrot in front of you and go, hey, want to upgrade anytime? I know that included phone is only $29 a month, but if you give us $50, we'll switch your phone anytime. You do that, and then you act like you don't know why your bill increased.
I have no idea what's going on.
That's how people are, bro. People will upgrade and add all this stuff and then act shocked when the bill show up.
Mm.
Venmo
It's
radio.
human nature,
one-
daggum there. Go
But
ahead.
one of the things that like they, how do I say it? One of the things, I mean, that technically that's true, but it's not. Like the mobile side will always have everyday pricing, but where Charter and Comcast screw themselves is on the internet side, where each month, I mean, every 12 months, the pricing of the internet goes up.
Yeah, but that doesn't
regardless.
apply to these people who are signing up for these bundles, Brandon.
No, I know that.
Bundle,
Yeah.
the bundles don't move.
So think about this. When you're on Spectrum, you don't have a contract. You can leave anytime, right? You sign up for one of those bundles, and those bundles tell you that you get the TV, the cell phone, and the internet, and it's $89. Your price don't change because the yearly price went up. Your price doesn't change until your 2-year agreement is up. But you're never stuck. You can leave anytime. That's the difference. They're not like signing up for $70 internet and every year it's $5 more. That's not what this is. They're signing up to get everything for $89, and they're stuck with that, and they got that price locked for 2 years. That means the yearly raises don't apply to them. After the 2 years is over, they start getting those increases. But guess what? There's no contract, so what are you crying about? Think about it. If you finance the phone for 24 months and your agreement for your pricing is 24 months, who did you wrong?
They didn't give it to you for free. That's what they did.
Nobody did you wrong. You're complaining about something that you can walk away from anytime. And this thing about it, you don't have a contract. Your price is just locked, right? So say you decide, you know what, I don't like Spectrum and I don't like their TV. Well, guess what? You can disconnect it and you just pay the extra to keep your phone. Because obviously you didn't pay the phone off. You don't have enough to pay it off. You can actually keep your service. You just don't get it discounted anymore. Your price goes up $20. So the people on the $50 plan, their price goes up to $70. If they leave, that's still not a contract. Now, mind you, if you stayed 2 years and you paid your phone off, well, guess what? You don't even got to do that. You just leave. I don't see where I know people that sign up for these 2-year deals, and then 10 years later they act like their price was supposed to be the 2-year deal from 10 years ago. They act shocked.
That's
Grow up.
at T-Mobile.
Grow up, people. Grow up. You was told that you only had the price for 12 months, and you act shocked on month 13.
Everybody does that, man. Everybody.
That's my point. Human nature is to know that you know the train is coming, and you sitting here on the track, doing crochet, and then when the train starts to approach, you go, "Oh my God, the train coming! They're doing me wrong." Man, we told you 12 months ago the train was coming.
Look, man.
Why are you crying? Leave. You want to leave? Leave.
They do that because it's about sounding irate, right? Which is why, when T-Mobile T-Mobile raised their rates, all those people that got this is what, like I said, like I said last week, I perceive like all those people that's getting their rates raised came from the fact that they're the ones running the store, stomping up and down, and the manager comes and say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna give you a deal. Here's a secret code that nobody else knows," and then the person feel good about themselves and go, "Look what I did, man! I go in there, and I get whatever I want."
And then guess what? I get that, right? For people, so but here's the deal, though. So did the price lock people get their prices raised?
No. If it says price lock, you're not there's not getting raised. Right.
The only ones getting raised are ones that may have missed bills. Apparently, is what I've been told.
Yeah, or
your fault.
They were ahead. They were ahead. Like what was it? The one that I heard PA Tech say, which was when John Legere said, underneath this, you're never going to get your bill raised, and come to find out it was only.
But
2 years.
Guess what, Edmund? In that article, it stated up to 2 years.
Yeah, up to 2 years. Man, John Legere's been gone for 4 now.
All I'm saying is,
used him as the gold standard and said that when he was there, he wasn't going to. He's been gone for 4 years now.
So that's like this, right? Verizon gives me a discount right now. I get an additional 40 on top of the 40 I already get, well, on top of the 20 I already get, whatever it may be. Oh no, it's 40. I get an additional 40 on top because I got $80 off my bill. When those discount runs out, I'm not going to run around screaming that Verizon did me wrong.
But you are going to call them and go, "What you going to do?"
I'm going to call them and see if they'll do something for me. And if they don't, I'll just leave. I'm not going to run around like you're robbing me.
You tricked me. You raising your prices. No, I had a temporary discount. People act
No,
like
but
the promotional rates is what the service costs. I know, Brandon, there are people that have the everyday pricing and those prices change, but 99% of the people you hear complaining about their price going up are people whose deals ran out, not people who had a $2-3 increase, 2-3 years later. The
no, but
99% of bill changing complainers, if you actually talk to them, when you check, you'll see, oh, you just ran out of your 2-year discount. That's the ones that's making all the noise. Everybody else is actually a minority. The truth, that's
Yeah.
actually the truth. That's the actual
no,
truth.
no, but no radio. The ones that are going to be mad are the Karen couponers.
Yeah, but once again, those are 99% of the people.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So like people, but here's the problem. We push these two crowds together like they're the same crowd. So give example,
True.
you're gonna have a lot of people, right? Say they had Spectrum or they had AT&t or they had whoever, and they told you when you signed up, hey, you're gonna get 2 years of this price, right? 2
Right.
years goes by, they go to the regular price. They're going to complain about price increases, and people not paying attention are going to associate that with AT&T raising their rates. When it's two
Yeah.
different things, that is the point I'm talking about. Spectrum's base internet has always been like $70, and it's like $74 with Wi-Fi, right? That has
Right.
always been the truth. But the promotional rate was $49. So people were running around making it sound like Spectrum's used to be $49. They raised their price to $70. No, they didn't. You had a discount. That's the
Hey, look.
majority of the complainers. Not all, but that's the majority of them.
That's one of the reasons why, like, I feel that a lot of people have jumped ship from cable is because it just balloons back up. Like, I'm still paying, and Brandon likes to poke fun at me about this, but it's just, hey, I'm tired of constantly every time that there's a new promotion and the promotion runs out. Here, I gotta have on a calendar when does the promotion end so I can play the promotion game again.
So here's my question to you, right? What if the company never does promotion and just starts from full price from day one?
Then that's the price.
So you'd be happy.
I would shop around because I'm looking for a better deal. But
no,
if your price,
remember, you're not listening.
Is,
I just said, what if there was no such thing as promotional rates?
Then
if
I'm gonna have to
every
deal with
company charges, my point exactly.
Yeah.
Technically, promotional rates are helping everybody, the customer and the company. If we be real about it, everybody is winning with promotional rates. Yes, they're temporary, but it's still a win. No matter how you look at it, it is a win. Because if these companies all just did full pricing on what they value the thing at all times, what you gonna jump around for? The price is high everywhere. Ain't no discount to leave. Ain't no discount to go. So they do it to pull customers from the other companies. The promotional rates
currently right now, if you're in a market, like let's take DC for example, if you're in DC, moving from T-Mobile to Verizon doesn't really do me any good. The only thing I'm doing is going up on my bill. Moving from AT&T to T-Mobile, I mean, you will be moving for more like, yo, what are you giving me? And for the most part, you can say, hey, we got better phone plans. I mean, it's better phone deals, or T-Mobile has T-Mobile Tuesdays, but that's the only reason why you end up even thinking about moving is that what type of deal am I going to get? I just think that ballooning pricing is what bothers people the most. That's just something I've always noticed. It's the price ballooning that bothers me. Like, if you charging 130, fine, it's 130. Gosh darn it! It was nice that you were giving it for me for 90, but now it just keeps ballooning back up again. But hey, I got another story here, so it's not cellular related. We talked quite a while for the cellular side. No radio. Brandon, you're gonna love this one. So, would you pay $1,900 for a laptop with no screen?
I'd rather make out with Lizzo.
Oh, well, hey, that's not a bad ordeal in certain cases.
Sounds like you like Lizzo to me.
Hey. Watch out for the big girl. Watch out for the big girl. Them big girl. Hey, that Baltimore mix, man.
Big and huge are two different things.
Oh Lord. But no, so this is the Space Top G1, and it's a $1,900 laptop.
G1.
And guess what? No radio. And Brandon. Oh, Brandon's still here. It runs a version of Chrome.
Oh my God! Look! Keon, let's not do this. Just move on. Next article. Next. Don't make me roast you. Don't make me do it. Do not make me roast you right now, sir. I'm giving you a chance. Remove this article from the screen. I'm telling you.
You will not bully me, sir. You will not.
All righty, then let me load my gun, then.
Oh Lord, look! I would use this as a backdrop more than anything, man.
You need to drop it back into your list of articles and pull another one up. That's what you need to do. Don't you bring this freaking $1,900 freaking Chrome OS piece of crap up here.
So wait. Let me get through the article first.
I don't care if this thing gives. I'm not gonna sue. I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying. I'm holding it back.
I don't even care about the laptop. The reason why is because they paired this. With.
You're making me lose brain cells with this.
Okay? Oh boy, I didn't even get started.
You knew better when you did it. You knew better.
Let me say it first, sir. This laptop is Lizzo without legs and.
Oh Lord! Look. The reason why I brought this up, right, is because I was looking into this company right here that did these. So it's the X-Real Air 2. So this is what's paired with the laptop, right? Now, granted, the laptop is running their own custom OS, which is called. Let me see if I can pull it up. Where is it at? So it says, here you go. It says, so what do you get for $1,900 that you buy? A screenless laptop with 79 key keyboard, multi-touch touchpad, no display, 2 USB Gen 3.2 Type C, and a pair of AR glasses. Now the AR glasses run about $450. So the rest is pretty much just the laptop itself, right? But this is what it kind of looked like. Not what's on the screen, but just they put the glasses inside a little pouch and they close over top of the keyboard. But the reason why I brought this up, and not to troll, Brady, I don't do stuff just because.
You ain't trolling me. You are trolling humanity with this crap.
The reason why I brought this up, and I thought Brandon was going to have more to say, because every time I talk about Chromebooks,
the problem is
he come out the woodwork.
People like you is the reason why companies keep bringing out this BS. Because you will try to your best to shine some sunshine on it when it ain't none there.
No, look. The reason why I brought it up was because of the glasses themselves.
Don't care.
Hey, but it does matter. Now, this part, this one I do. I was just using it as a placeholder. I know.
I don't. But listen here. I need glasses that can do this without the rest of the machine. That would have been impressive.
Oh, but here's the thing. Those things are too heavy.
Not my problem. Until it's ready. Until that thing is not too heavy, it's not ready. Failed. This company will go bankrupt.
I don't see this company going bankrupt because this is the bridge. Look, this is the bridge that I think that we needed to be able to start doing.
This is that
AR.
bridge. This is that bridge that got hit by that boat. That's what this is.
Oh no, not the Baltimore bridge.
Okay,
Man.
This is the Baltimore bridge that got hit by the boat. That's what this crap is. I guarantee you. I'll bet you money you won't be hearing anything from this company by next year.
I don't know about that, man.
Hey, you thought Stadia was sustainable too, didn't you?
Look. I was hoping for hope. Okay, there was a difference about that one.
Why everything you love die? Just think about that. Step back and ask yourself. Why does everything I love die?
They're on version 2 with these glasses right now. Okay, this is version 2.
Why this thing look pregnant whenever it's closed? Okay, this is ridiculous. Look at the picture of the thing closed.
No, Randy, that looks like old people glasses.
The thing look pregnant when you close it.
Hey, look. What is it? The Vision Pro look like then?
A piece of junk too, sir. Next.
But hey,
the Vision Pro is an iPad.
Version,
it's an iPad on your face. Woohoo!
Look, people spent
crap.
$3,500 for that iPad and stuck it on their face and complained about how heavy it was.
I don't care about them people. I think they're just as dumb as people that want this laptop.
Look, I'm just saying that you could actually plug those glasses into.
Okay, listen.
You can plug those glasses into your laptop.
This will be ready whenever I can literally like stick an earbud in my ear and it somehow uses technology to project a freaking screen in front of me that's happening inside of my brain, not actual glasses on my
face. Lord.
Okay.
Look, man, we ain't got to that point yet.
Exactly. So until we get there, this is crap. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's where we have to be for it to be groundbreaking. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You think that they make a 1% change in something that we're somehow in the future now. That's not how this works.
No. Look, my approach has always been this, right? I think that putting the whole
everything's a good idea. That's your approach.
I think Stadia was a good idea, but it didn't last. So
yeah, okay, I got one for you. I got one for you then. If that's the way, what was a bad idea?
What's the bad idea?
I said what was.
So
name me some technology things that when you saw them, you thought they were a bad idea.
The Vision Pro.
Oh, my God.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, no.
No. First of all, the Vision Pro had already been done before the Vision Pro.
Right.
So you can't say that. So it's not a new thing that's a bad idea. A Vision Pro is an expensive version of a freaking Oculus, okay?
Right.
So it's not a new thing. I said
the reason why
a new thing that you said was a bad idea. That wasn't a new thing. Name me a lane of technology that you thought was a bad idea.
I thought the Oculus was going to be a kind of a bad idea,
but it wasn't. The Oculus made money, so you're wrong.
The Oculus made money, but here's the thing.
Once again, I'm asking you, name me something that you thought was a bad idea that was actually a bad idea.
A Chromebook.
He didn't think that was a bad idea. My point is, Keon, you think everything's a good idea. That's why you can't give me something that you thought was a bad idea that just fell apart. It's because you look at everything with optimism. Like, oh my God, this is the future.
Look, I am a futurist. Okay,
listen,
I do believe.
You remember? Did you see the video where there's like these Chinese dudes is trying to rap like they drill rappers? And then when it pauses, the dude goes, "You ain't got to accept all of us."
I remember that.
That's how I am with technology. You ain't got to accept everything because it exists, Keon. Stop accepting something because it exists.
Look,
you need to point out the problem with something and move along. If this would have been like a freaking legitimate operating system, not Chrome, maybe it has a future.
Wait, but here's the thing, the radio, before you criticize, that's what I'm saying. The glasses work on anything. It just so happened that was paired up. That they just built a laptop that had no screen. Like that was their whole mantra.
A laptop with no screen is stupid.
Yes, I understand that. But what I was saying to you is the AR glasses, the company that makes the glasses, they plug into PS5 console. It plugs into the Xbox. It plugs into your laptop. It plugs into your cell phone.
And
these glasses just work over multiple different things.
And what is the response time? I guarantee you probably game better not on them.
I don't know, man.
That's my I'm telling you what I bet.
Look, I want to spend money and buy it so I can find out. That's what I want to do.
Then put your money where your mouth is.
I need money first, sir. I need money first.
Stop talking.
Look. Here's the thing. If you could project a screen in front of you,
I already want to do that. I can already do it. My Oculus does that, and this came out years ago, sir. But and I don't need to look cool. I am cool. Looking cool and being cool is two different things. I don't need a little sleek pair of glasses so I can go sit at. Here's another thing. Where am I going to go in public and use this? I'm not a loser. Okay, if I'm in public at a bar or somewhere, guess what? I'm with people. I don't need
Right.
a 100-inch screen to interact with my friends. That's the reason why I say a lot of these products are dumb.
But
That's
here's the thing. But no radio. But wait. But here's the thing, the radio. My biggest gripe was with, especially with AR, was they're trying to stick all the AR tilly bits into the thing that's sitting on my face.
But what I'm telling you is that
AR that's stuck inside my pocket. Why am I not using that along with the glasses?
All I'm saying is that there are much cheaper things that already exist that already do this, and these are not an improvement enough to replace them. That's the point I'm making. They're not an improvement enough to matter. The only difference between these glasses and an Oculus is that these look cooler. That is the only difference.
Hey, you got to start off somewhere, man.
If I'm already cool, I could care less, is my point.
That's true.
Do you own a VR headset, sir?
He don't.
I don't.
Yeah, he got all these opinions. I own several. I'm just telling you that this ain't all that. It sounds cool.
Look,
you know what people do with AR, Keon? It's cool for like the first 2 months, and then you forget you own it. That's what actually happens. And you want to find out I'm telling the truth? Go ahead and buy you one of these, so you can find out that it sounds cool.
Oh no! Look, understand something. I know. I pay attention enough to technology to know that it was only going to be a niche. I'm looking at these glasses. Here's the company name. Yeah, you can go on Amazon, take a look at them. I don't have an Amazon affiliate link, so please let me know if y'all start looking at this so I can start getting paid. This is the version 2. So here's the crazy thing: you can wear these glasses, and the lenses will have different stages of going dark. So you can have, like, let's say you just want to look up something on your phone, and you can still look out. You can still look out around your surroundings, but still you got the screen directly in front of you. Also, if you're like, hey, I want a whole immersive, the lenses go dark, and you get the whole submersive experience there. There's light going to come in on the side.
So let's play the game. You said you're going to look up something on your phone.
Yes.
How are you going to search? Are you going to talk? Are you going to talk?
No. You could what is it?
Huh? You're in public. You're in public. You're in line at Starbucks. How are you going to look the thing up and not look at the phone? You
can still look at your phone while having the screen up.
You see my point?
You can.
If I'm looking at the phone, then what's the purpose now? You just said not have to look at the phone and search something. The point is that ain't gonna happen unless you're gonna be talking. And guess what? You're gonna be the weird ass guy talking all out loud in front of everybody so you can search some shit. And you know what the girls across the room gonna say? That dude's a damn loser. Without them fucking glasses and be in the moment. And be in the moment.
What do you think they're calling people that was walking around with the Vision Pros on?
The losers. They were, you know what we call people Pokemon Go? Losers. May not like it, but that's what we were doing. The ones that were doing too much, running in traffic and shit, them people were losers.
Yeah. Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
I don't claim those people who are running out in traffic, sir.
Hey, but guess what? Have you ever met a racist that don't like Trump?
See. I'm not even going to answer that question. We already know.
My point is this.
We're moving on.
My point is you don't have to be racist to like Trump. But that don't mean that racists don't like Trump. You see my point?
I see what the point is.
It's not exclusive. So my point is, you're a part of the crowd if you're out there freaking missing the bus at the bus stop because you saw a Pikachu. Okay, you're like, oh shoot, I got to get on this bus to get to work on time. There's a Pikachu across the street. You're a loser. Okay,
hey man,
that guy's a loser because he's gonna get fired trying to catch a Pikachu. Okay,
no radio. There's plenty of Pikachus everywhere, but a Mewtwo is very rare.
I don't care.
The Mewtwo is rare, sir.
And I guarantee the guy with the largest Pokemon Go collection ain't getting no vagina. Okay, I guarantee it. I guarantee that he is a standalone specialist for Johnson & Johnson's Vaseline. Okay?
Oh Lord.
Okay.
No radio. You gotta understand something. He's just waiting for his soulmate who's trying to catch Pikachu with him. That's what he's waiting on.
She don't exist.
She exists. She's there.
No, I didn't say it.
She too busy trying to catch Pokemon too.
That's why they never gonna find each other. Okay, they gonna be too busy in the real world trying to pretend they're in a fake one to even see each other.
Oh man.
The point is, there's no. I do think that VR has a future, right? But all the things that we are being given are crap right now. So if we try to pretend these things are good, they're not gonna ever give us good. That's the point I'm trying to make. Stop accepting these little bitty steps as if they're so big, and then these people talk all these articles up, and then when the consumer gets the product, they go, "Oh, this ain't ready." I'm tired of that. How about until they actually give us something amazing, how about we ignore them?
I mean, half the people in the group already had the VR headset and they weren't excited about it. They literally went back and returned it.
But these aren't VR. These are AR.
Same thing.
Now, granted, there's a difference.
No,
you're getting into the weird minutia of the difference. But what I'm saying is
the VR headset can do AR, so it's redundant to say that this is different. The Oculus can do AR.
Video pass through. Do you really count that as AR at that point?
See, that's how I know you don't own a VR headset, because you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Even on an Oculus, you can literally capture all the furniture in your real room and put it in the VR world. So when you walk around and sit on your couch, you can see your daggum couch in the VR world.
I understand
that is AR, not VR. When you can add the physical things in the room into the virtual world, that is AR.
Yeah, but I'm saying that you're still limited to the processing power on the headset, and the headset processing power is very low.
Here's your problem. You're right. You're right. Right.
Right.
So you just proved my point again. The processing power on this piece of crap is too low too, which is why this is not special.
But that's what I'm saying. These glasses aren't trying.
It don't take hot, which is why no one will care. Until these can do something amazing, they're irrelevant. And if you don't believe me, just watch the sales and watch how, if we were to get a chart graph and we show how Stadia operated, I guarantee that the crash section of this company will be very similar.
There are multiple companies that's doing this exact same thing.
And guess what? They're 10 years from anything worth having. That's the point I'm trying to make. Yes.
Go ahead, Brad. I know you got a slick one up your sleeve right there. Go ahead.
Yes.
So, Edmund, if you had $10,000 given to you to buy a VC or AR, what would you buy and why?
First of all, I wouldn't pay $10,000 on any of those products.
No, if you were given, sir.
If I was given it, but then why you give me the $10,000 for walk around money?
No, it could only be.
Or would I invest money into somebody?
The point is, these products they're not good enough for us to care.
I think that because we have limited processing power, I don't think that you got to be able to do the simple things before you start going full complicated. And that's kind of what Meta did, which is they went full on complicated. But the thing is it has a niche. It's only able to what? You able to fling your arms and play cyber or the cyber slash or something?
No.
And then
much more than that. And guess what? No one still cares.
But that's what I'm saying.
My point is the Oculus has sold more than the Apple one.
Of course they did.
But imagine if Oculus was just an Android that has a headset. That's basically what the Apple product is.
You can end up selling more.
No, you wouldn't.
People.
No, you wouldn't, because you wouldn't be able to do all the things that it can do. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the reason why the Apple glasses are so terrible. They didn't even have the decency to give you a whole new world. They gave you an existing product with glasses. That's what this is.
It gave you an iPad on your face, sir.
That's what this is. That's the point I'm trying to make. Stop rewarding these people for. Look, this goes back to the MKBHD thing, right? The MKBHD.
I didn't like it. Hey, look, for you to say that I like everything, you know that I didn't like the whole Vision Pro. So I don't like everything.
But that's because you don't like Apple. It had nothing to do with VR. You know why? I'll tell you why. You don't own a VR headset. You haven't really used one for hours, and you didn't even use a Vision Pro. So does your opinion really matter on VR? See, what you use is what you hope it is. as your opinion maker. You don't use actual firsthand experience to understand why.
That's a very expensive endeavor to be able to.
That's like me talking about how comfortable a Lamborghini seat is, and I ain't never sat in one.
Hey, I would never even try to say if a Lamborghini seat is comfortable.
Look, that's just like I told you. I said everybody go out and spend these thousands of dollars on an Apple headset, and everybody's going to try to watch porn on it.
I mean, people did, yeah. You know that's exactly what they did.
And what did they find out? They found out that the $299 Oculus does it better. Okay, so my point is the technology. We're not there. These things are not ready, bro. They're just not. Even these ones you're showing, they're not ready. We got a good 10 years before this is a groundbreaking situation.
But here's the thing, though, Radio. Here's the thing. We all know that the path, like let's take the iPhone, right? The path that the iPhone came from. We don't get to the iPhone 15 Pro Max without going to the first iPhone.
And guess what? The first iPhone was irreplaceable on day one. This is replaceable. That's why
it didn't even know what its place was on day one.
Because it created the place.
Like, okay, because there were stories that came out where Apple was shopping it around to carriers, and AT&T was the only one that was willing to play ball with them.
Understood, but guess what? Anybody who had one, once they had it, it was irreplaceable from day one. Meaning this, there was nobody getting a new iPhone and going, oh, this ain't as cool as I thought it was. Let me take it back. But they did that with the Vision Pro, didn't they? Some people did that with the Oculus. I know people who did it with the Oculus. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they're not nerds. They thought they were going to get like PS4 graphics in a damn Oculus. I laughed my butt off about that. And then you got, all I'm saying is, Keon, if you think this is an amazing thing, or you think this is even 50% ready, prepare for this to be 25% as good as you think it is. And that's a realistic place to be.
I believe that. Hey, but here's the thing. I do believe that iterating on different things do take time to get you to where you need to be at, or where you want it to be.
But guess what? We'll get where we want to be faster if we call out the BS from now. That's the point I'm trying to make.
As long as they're realistic about it. I mean, my thing was people like the people that went and spent $3,500 to find out they could not use it the way they wanted to use it, and turn around and get sent and gave it back.
Oh, and you also said you could just plug this thing into anything. That ain't true either. By the way, I'm doing my research.
Hey, you can plug it into your laptop.
You gotta buy an adapter to plug it into certain things, and that adapter costs as much as the glasses. So you gotta buy it 2 times.
Hey, I didn't think it was perfect already. I didn't say perfect.
You acting like this is some great thing, and we all gonna be wearing these with a cord hanging off of them. That's another thing. We did all this work to get away from corded headphones, and you don't want me to go back to a freaking pair of glasses with a cable on it? Homie, please.
First of all, I still rock a cord headphone because I got tired of constantly having. I gotta have Bluetooth ready. I gotta have Bluetooth headsets in rotation because the batteries don't last long enough. And guess what? You know how I solved that problem?
If you buy a quality Bluetooth headset, it will last you at least about 7 to 8 hours.
And I'm out in them streets for 12 hours. So guess what? The battery died.
So guess what? You put them in the case for 10 minutes, you get 2 more hours. What's your excuse? See, you full of it. You trying to tell me that I need to go? I need to do. I spent all these years going Bluetooth. Now I gotta have a cable. Look at this poor girl on this website. She is like 2 seconds from a catastrophic injury. Look at this mess. Look at this poor girl on the right over here. She's sitting here riding this little treadmill with the augmented reality, whatever. And she got that cord hanging. All it's gonna take is for her to make one false move. Next thing you know, she's falling off the thing, and the damn cable's wrapping around her neck.
Hey.
And she's fumbling, and she breaks it.
It's called better cable management. That's all you got to work on.
It's called give me one that don't have cables. How about that? See, that's my point. Not ready products. Not ready. Keon, we got millimeter wave. We got ways that they can do this wirelessly. They still got a freaking cable on it, dog.
But I'm saying it's the battery. It's always going to be the battery
fix the battery problem before you tell me you solved something.
Because you're wearing a battery on your head, which is why people complaining that it's too heavy.
Which is why I just said it ain't ready. That's the point. You just keep proving that it ain't ready until we can do all of those things. This is not impressive.
I'm just saying that Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
Brandon.
No, even Apple people admitted that this VR thing is not ready because it's too heavy. It made people's head hurt, and you still need a cable to connect it to your phone.
That cable
hey, look. Well, only thing I'm saying to you is like this is the first iPhone came out. It didn't even have apps. It didn't even have an app store. Yet they put it out there, right?
Else's phone.
But guess what? But underneath what you're saying, we're not allowed to put nothing out that is not ready. So at what point is it ready?
I didn't say they can't put it out. I said you shouldn't buy it.
Oh man, God is saying to be able to be able to improve on the technology, you need people to buy it.
Not true.
No,
they're just supposed to be doing it for free.
Do you know how many companies have products in R&D for 15 years before the first one comes out?
That's true.
I'm just saying.
I understand that.
Just saying.
I understand that. Hey, look, all the thing I'm saying is the problem you run into is that at what point do you just got to go ahead and put something out, right?
I say
you got to go ahead and get it out there.
I say you should put your money where your mouth is and buy. $449, Keon, will get you the Unreal Air 2 Pro. Comes with and that's just the glasses, no laptop.
Hey, look, I did. That was me partially trolling. Okay, that was me partially trolling.
And if you in public and you listening to something, everybody gonna hear it.
Everybody gonna hear it, so don't play your porn on it. Yo, look, I'm just saying that I think that this is the better way of doing it. You get people used to VR, AR.
Get it? If they did
you get people used to
cable.
AR, they already have the phone in their pocket. That their phone is already there. And then you get like people start using it more, then the technology will get smaller, it gets more refined, it will get better. And then guess what? Then all of a sudden they can cram batteries in, like, when the battery tech finally catches up, you can start cramming batteries into like the frame and the bar, the phone.
Do it without the cable, and you got me at least considering getting on the boat. Until it can be done without a cable, not interested.
It's battery, man. Battery is gonna always be the problem.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it ain't battery. I'm pretty sure it's cost, because the battery is not going to be the most expensive thing to do in this. The wireless connection.
I don't think the wireless connection is going to be the problem.
Yes, it is. You want to do 4K video in real time with low ping? The money's going to be in the wireless connection.
These batteries on these phones, I admit, would have to be huge for them to pull all that data to that VR. Huge.
No, but I'm saying even the VR themselves going.
No, that too.
Yeah, I'm just saying the VR. I'm not worried about the phone that much either. Like I said, we already know we have okay, for example, stuff like millimeter wave, right? Obviously, for like cellular communications, you have like line of sight, right? But for like local communications, Apple and Samsung have already proved that you can make devices that don't have line of sight that are like
work on millimeter wave,
but they have to be really close, like like 20 feet or 5 feet or whatever. There is a way to use millimeter wave and this thing be in your pocket, and you still can get that data. But guess what? How much is that chip going to cost to put in a pair of glasses? And how much battery is it going to drain on top of that? 10 years from now, it'll be real. It's the point I'm trying to make to you. Today, it's not. So until we get there, this is not special.
Look, right now, if we let Apple and Facebook dictate it, we're going to be walking around with these big boxes on our face and heads at the rate we're going.
I predict that this thing never takes off. That's my prediction.
I feel differently. But
hey, well, let's make a bet and wager today.
I bet all of $2.50.
Oh man!
Hey, I learned very quickly not to bet.
You don't believe in your own opinion?
I believe my opinion. I just don't have the financial means to back up that opinion. There's a difference.
Then okay, just buy one. How about that?
That's what I really do. I really do want one. I do want one.
Your argument is that this ain't as good as it maybe could be, but we all got to buy and got to have a sucky product, so maybe one day we can have a good one. No, I'm not crowdfunding this corporation so they can become billionaires and I'll still be me. No, not doing it.
So So, Edmund, if you were given $10,000 to buy one, which would it be?
You invest in? I would invest in this company.
No, I'm saying like the VR, like the limit was 10,000.
Well, see, here's the thing. The big difference between this is AR. This is more AR that's
Same
trying
thing.
to mimic VR
No,
instead of
you're not
VR.
answering my question, sir. Which
I'm
which
trying to
product
answer
would
your
you get?
question. If you chose, if you had me choose between the X Real or the Apple product, I would choose the X Real.
Well,
I would not choose the Apple product.
I am going to be buying the Snapdragon laptops that drop. You need to buy these extras.
I agree.
How about stop buying a fold every daggum year and buy some extras because these are cheaper than folds.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
You can buy daggum near three of these with one fold purchase.
You know what? I haven't bought the latest fold this year.
You
so
just told me you bought a used fold
it was
long
a
ago.
fold. It was another Fold 4.
And
I
how
bought
much
another
you pay?
Fold
And how much you pay for it?
$5.99.
You can buy one of these, then, big dog. Don't be playing with me.
Oh man!
Don't be hating.
I'm not hating, man.
Like old Jamie Kennedy on Malibu's one. Don't be hating because these a pair of these ain't before $449. So what's yours, Goose? That's for the Air 2 Pro.
That's
the
true.
cheapest one is $299.
Yo, so hey, look, I'm good with the trolling now because y'all done troll me all the way into the ground, man.
Well, go buy
$2.99. You look for the trolling, sir.
Everybody,
look, I do it for the content, man. It's all about the content. It's always about the content.
Let's make some donations to Keon so he can buy.
I need a lot of those, man. It's gonna be a lot, so I can review these. But yeah, I got one more story I wanted to do.
I need 15 people to put up.
Yo, look, I only had 13 people continuous for a while.
Hey,
if
we get 15 people to give Edmund $29.93, he can buy the most expensive one.
That sounds like an infomercial.
And in the event that they're a piece of junk, Edmund has to refund everybody their money and send them back.
I wouldn't even admit it on air. I wouldn't even tell you. I'd be like, oh, it's great. It is wonderful. It is awesome. If it was bad, no one would ever know.
That's the other thing. I know it's one thing you're not thinking about. These things are used in some type of OLED tech as well.
Really? No, they're projected.
They're using Sony projectors. Use screens, sir.
That's true.
All righty then. They're using Sony OLED stuff. What happens when you get burned in on the AR? You see? Then you got to buy another one and another one and another one and a sister and a brother one and a.
Hey, Mario, we replace our phones every year. There's an iPhone Forever deals. Understand?
No.
Is there not iPhone Forever deals?
I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna watch this review. This guy says extra AR glasses, what no one else is telling you. That's the video I'm watching.
Hey, look, send me that link in the chat, man. I want to watch that video too.
All right, let's roll. What we got next, Al?
All right, my last one, and Brandon's gonna love this. This is about Toyota. So here we go.
Brandon don't love nothing.
He don't like nothing. He want to sit on his rocking chair and be like, "Get off my lawn."
Toyota bets on hybrid was mocked, then vindicated. Now it's trying to repeat the trick and unlike bet on
combustion
engine.
Oh
my god!
So, long and short of it is, we all know that I drive an electric vehicle. Toyota bet heavy on hybrids. And for the most part, they were vindicated. I mean, understand when what was it, 2008, 2009, all those people that was driving H2 Hummers would threw those things in Lake the Potomac River and was running to Toyota for a Prius.
You know that's a lie.
No, they won't. That is not a lie.
No grown
not
man was rolling in the Hummer and said, "Man, I want one of them little Priuses." Lies, you
no
tell.
Radio, no Radio, Dave. Hey, no Radio, I lie to you not, man.
Prove it. Show me the sign.
No. Toyota had a backlog.
I didn't say people didn't buy Priuses. I said Hummer users didn't run to Prius. Is what I said.
Hey, look, I don't have no definitive proof. You always mess up my analogies, man. Quit messing up my analogies.
Because you be trying to do too damn much, man.
You sensationalizing everything.
They give you an inch, you take 25 miles.
I'm supposed to sensationalize all the stuff, everything.
They give you an inch, you be up there with the SpaceX satellite. You be gone. You be out of here.
Hey, you give me anything, I'm taking off.
That's like saying, yeah, all the Boeing 747 pilots, they moving the RC planes right now, dog. Because
but no, hey, so here's the thing. The long and short of it is Toyota was vindicated the last time, like when it came to hybrids, but now they want to still stick with the combustion engine, even though more and more people are trying to move away from gasoline. So they feel that going to a smaller motor and being more like doubling down on their hybrid technology is the best way of doing this. And I would kind of agree, but then here's the problem: they're like 5 or 6 years behind where they need to be at. They needed to do this like 5 years ago, before EV sales started taking off. But they didn't get ahead of it. They rested on their laurels and never improved. They figured they were just gonna ride the whole hybrid. Hey, all we gotta do is go another 5 miles better than the last, or 10 miles better than the last model. Because one of the things that frustrated me about Toyota was, and I don't think a lot of people know this, on Radio, you can look up the first hybrid and then look at mines, and they only improved it by like 5 miles. The very first Toyota Highlander hybrid was like, I think they got like 23 miles to the gallon as being a hybrid. Mine was 26.
You're surprised?
Huh? No. I'm just saying that Toyota, yes, made their hybrids were better than a lot of other vehicles on the road, but then they just stopped improving.
You sure?
What?
Are you sure about your deduction?
I'm pretty sure about my deduction.
All right. What year was the first Toyota Highlander hybrid?
I think the first Toyota Highlander was 2012.
What engine did it have? And how much did the whole car weigh?
Those metrics I don't have.
They matter.
I just remember that the miles per gallon was it was like 20. Is the car 23, 24 miles to the gallon?
Did it maintain the same amount of seating? Was it the same weight? All that matters.
No.
What if the new one weighs fucking 1,000 pounds more, but still gain miles per gallon? Did they not do better or worse? Like little stuff like that matters.
Well, here's the thing. Now they're talking about going to smaller engines now.
But they already did that one time in the Highlander.
Yeah,
I'm here to tell you,
they went from the V6 to the 4-cylinder.
Highlanders were much smaller than your Highlander.
My Highlander was a little bit way bigger than the 2012.
The car started getting way bigger. Is the point I'm trying to make. And so technically, they probably did better than you think if you take that into account that the vehicle got bigger.
True.
Because I'm seeing here the first hybrid Highlander. It's all the way back in 2007.
2007. I thought it was 2012.
That's a very small car, sir. No, you're wrong. 2006, first year Toyota Highlander hybrid. Very small vehicle. Like, not much bigger than a Ford Escape.
Yeah, it was. I know. I remember seeing the older ones, and they were smaller than mine.
So So let's see. So
but I still expected more out of the technology itself because
no,
the Prius dramatically jumped up to like 50 miles to a gallon,
but the
but it
Prius
stayed
car,
there.
but the Prius didn't get bigger either. The
Right, but
Highlander
guess
did.
what? The Prius,
It literally changed its class of vehicle. So if the
but the
mileage
Prius,
increased at all, that was an accomplishment because the vehicle got bigger.
true, but the Prius didn't change either. What was it?
But let's be real, Keon. Gasoline engines are not getting much more efficient, sir.
Well, here's the thing.
What
They're
magic?
talking about Toyota's talking about going to smaller engines.
Because that's the only thing you can do. But guess what? That's not new technology. That's just freaking lowering the power of the car more and more. That's not new tech. That's not a technological breakthrough. They're just lowering the power of the car.
But I see just Toyota just being stubborn and not going to go ahead and just go all electric at this point.
Let's put it like this. Are you aware that basically a Porsche and a Volkswagen are the same car?
Yes.
So if we go and we look at a Volkswagen Beetle, they literally had Volkswagen Beetles that weigh the same as a Porsche, had a 60 horsepower engine. Meanwhile, the Porsche had like 170.
Yeah.
Which one you think got better gas mileage?
The
slow one. That wasn't technology getting better miles per gallon. That was giving you a crappier car. Basically, what Toyota wants to do is sell you a cheaper made vehicle, keep the price the same, and tell you your benefit is mileage. You see?
I think they're behind the 8 ball now, man.
You got to look at it from that point of view. Them putting smaller engines is them saving money. I bet they won't drop the price.
They probably won't. Yeah,
that's
you're
my
right.
point. They're not adding some new tech to make these jumps. They're literally just lowering the freaking quality of the vehicle. That's why a lot of people complained about how a lot of these companies went from V6s to Turbo 4s and a lot of these little cars.
Yeah.
These little cars lost all their pep, even with turbos. Because like Ford, for instance, doing like 1.3 liter turbos. So what they're doing is this, right? When they were doing a 2.3 liter in the car made 180 horsepower with no turbo, right? The car was already getting like 28 to 30 miles to the gallon, right? They turn around and put a 1.3 in there with a turbo. The car is a slug. It only makes like 100 horsepower until it hits boost, and then it only makes 160. But guess what? You got 33 miles a gallon now. Woohoo! We got so much. No, you got cheated. That's my point. A lot of this miles per gallon stuff is just ways for them to cheat you out of having better vehicles.
We all know that Toyota is the one that's pushing like liquid hydrogen, and they're like they want their hybrids to run and accept alternative fuels. So you got biofuels, liquid hydrogen, synthetic fuels. They're still trying to ride the fuel train instead of just going ahead and just make an electric vehicle. They don't want to make electric vehicles straight off because they don't want to pay the Chinese companies for the batteries.
So here you go, Keon. The original Highlander hybrid got 25 miles to the gallon. With a
and guess what? You know how much my 2019 got? 26 miles to the gallon.
And how much bigger was the vehicle?
It was bigger. It was a
bigger
vehicle.
That's my point. So you still gained MPG because you have to take weight into account. They were still getting better miles per gallon, and they were moving a larger vehicle. You have to take the size of the vehicle into account when you talk about the MPG because it matters.
So look, technically speaking, 2020 is when they did the biggest jump because they made the Sienna. All the Siennas are hybrids now, and they went from 25 to 36. So that was the biggest jump Toyota's ever did in their generations. And the Sienna is way bigger than my Highlander.
The 2007 hybrid had 208 horsepower.
So me personally, I think that Toyota is behind the 8 ball now. If they made this move that they're talking about right now, if they made this move 5 years ago, they could have easily kept the consumer base from thinking about electric vehicles. Because at that point, if you hit 25, 35, and 45 miles to the gallon, people would not chance getting an electric vehicle.
So check this out. The old Highlander, 208 208 horsepower. The newer Highlander with a 4-cylinder, only 186.
Yeah.
See, that was what I exactly described to you.
Now, here's the thing: they do split that horsepower across with the electric motor
here's
too.
the point. No. The other one, that was the engine power alone. The V6 by itself made 208.
Yeah,
that's my point. The new car only makes 180 without the electric motor. The old one made 208 with it, and the mileage difference is 1 mile.
Yeah,
that's my point. They're cheating you and telling you they're doing improvements with these small engines. It's not. This is how they cheat you. They cheat the public with this. The miles per gallon only changed by 1, and you lost horsepower. Come on, dog. You see what I'm saying? That don't make sense.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, look. I had to make a decision.
It's marketing.
I had to make a decision. I was like, do I want to keep playing the miles per gallon game? And I keep running into brick walls every single time I need to be more efficient, or should I just go ahead and go full electric? Right. Get the benefits of all electric. But what I'm saying is, and you've heard customers. Look, they're interested. The prices of the cars have come down so much.
Yeah,
but they're starting to ask me questions more.
Yeah, but that doesn't translate into purchases. What I keep telling you.
Look, I don't think that it's going to translate directly into purchases.
People are interested in all kinds of things. That is not a reflection of the actual sales market. Being interested in something does not mean something sells. That's not how it works. There's no planet where everybody who's interested definitely goes and spends their money. There's no planet where
I don't necessarily think there's a one-to-one direct, but I think that you get enough of the public start being curious about something, it does eventually start turning into sales. Like I drove past Tesla's what's the name like? They were packed.
Okay. Let's play a game. Are you ready to play a game? Do you think people were more interested in Priuses or electric cars?
There's going to be more people interested in Priuses.
All righty then. I agree. I agree that more people were interested in Priuses. How many Priuses do you think have been sold worldwide since the beginning of Priuses existed?
Oh, I would go 5 million.
That's not good, Keon.
Well, look, Tesla's still all their cars together only come out to like 2.5 million.
But that's my point. Now let's compare that to okay. I don't think you get where I'm going. If you believe that the interest in electric cars is as great as you think it is because people express interest, I'm saying let's look at a car we know there was interest in and how did it sell. The Prius, I will guarantee you that there is at least 80% more people were interested in a Prius over the last 10 years than they have ever been interested in any kind of electric car. And they still only sold 5 million. You were correct. Only sold 5 million Prius, and they have more interest than the EVs. So what do you think is going to happen to EVs? What do you think is going to happen to EVs?
I don't know, man.
That's my point. If interest is the bearer of sales, that ain't good because guess what? Almost every other car you can name sold more than a Prius. And you can still stop and put gas in it. And every other car still sold more. Miles per gallon does not drive car sales as much as you think they do. Reliability and normalcy and filling needs is what sells cars.
Yeah.
More Mustangs have sold, and you know they don't get good gas mileage. More F-150s have sold, and we know they don't get. My point is, you can't go, well, everybody's interested, so everybody must be about to buy one. That ain't true.
No. I'm just saying, like,
point.
What I'm saying is I feel
the Prius is the closest thing you got to relate to EV sales, and even it can't outsell gas cars after all these years. That's my point. Even they can't outsell gas cars, and you can put gas in them. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Hey, look, I just think that Toyota might be behind on this one. The fact that you're now trying to change your architecture, realizing that, hey, if Toyota is talking about we're going to go put smaller engines in now so we can, give our customers more options. Okay, but you should have been doing this 5 years ago. Now, don't wait until all of a sudden you see electric cars start to come on the horizon that you're like, oh well, now we need to be vindicated again for our next venture. Sometimes you just miss the mark. Sometimes you just miss and misread the industry. And I think Toyota's misread the industry. Me personally, in the radio, I think that because more and more people are looking at electric cars, just because they're not buying them, their interest is starting to grow. Yes, it's not translated to sales yet.
But it wouldn't, and it never will, because once again, I can show you cars people are interested in and they don't sell. They don't ever meet. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We look at history for our assumptions. We look at history, and history tells us that interest is not enough for sales to be through the roof on a product or for a market to change. People repeat themselves. Keon, you got to realize more Ford Taurus is sold than Priuses. And a Ford Taurus is a piece of junk car.
It is a bad car.
Okay. Like more Corolla sold, more Camry sold, more everything sold than Priuses.
But here's the thing. Look at the Model 3, right? If we want to talk about Model 3 versus like the Corolla, the Model 3 is coming down in prices to compete against the Corolla now.
Okay.
So if the Model 3 is coming down in price, everybody that I've been talking that I talked to in my car about this has been like, well, they're coming down in price. It's always like I always thought that it was okay. I think that the battery concerns is always going to be there, but it was always the price, and pricing has been coming down like a rock. And guess what? Now people are like, maybe I should get one. It's coming down. It's coming further and further down. So. It just changes people's perspective.
Look,
can we admit that half the people in your car don't know what they're talking about, sir?
No, I will never say that. I will never say my customers are not.
Keon, no, they selling over 2,500 F-150s a day.
Oof!
Come on, man.
Look, what F-150 is America's truck.
It ain't got no good gas miles either, do it?
No, it don't.
That's my point.
But guess what? They did make an electric version of the F-150
and guess what? Everybody's taking them back. Yes. Thank you for saying it. They're taking them back. I literally just talked to a guy. He owns I ain't gonna name the name of the shop. He owns a certain pawn shop. And he has several pawn shops between the Greensboro market and the Raleigh market. And his employees were talking to me about EVs, and because we got on the subject, and he was saying, like, our boss bought one of those Lightnings. He had it for like 3 months, and he can't stand it. He said because he's constantly having to freaking worry about charging because he can't run back and forth to Raleigh like he wants to between the stores with it. He had to go back to his gasoline truck. It became more of a hindrance to his life, not a help.
Right.
He's trying to get rid of it. That's what them trucks, them people are, don't let him dare try to tow something. He runs a business where
the F-150 is the worst in towing. It's the worst.
All EVs are the worst at towing. That is the point.
Not the new Silverado.
That thing ain't good at towing neither. It ain't.
It's got better miles than the other ones.
Wow, I'm better than crap.
Hey. I'm just saying
that's not. Oh my God. See what I'm talking about? You think every day is a good idea? That's what I be talking about.
No. Hey, look. Hey. But you can't. But you also can't wait around to have the best.
No,
you can't wait around.
You have to, because if you don't, the market will give you mediocre. You don't reward a market for giving you mediocre stuff. You force it to give you better. Otherwise, you'll never get it. You only get what you ask for. You don't get stuff you don't. So when you just accept crap, guess what? They're going to keep giving you crap for a longer time. You have to nip it in the bud.
Yeah, just like the iPhone. But hey, we get one of those every year, so that lets you know exactly what happens.
We can't keep accepting crap and calling it sunshine, because that means that the market won't improve that product, because we're over here buying in even though the product isn't ready. And therein lies the problem.
But you know what?
Where the argument comes from MKBHD. He got all that flack because he basically shut the company down because I put out some crap that wasn't ready. We need him. We need MKBHD. We need MKBHD for president.
Marcus Brown to go out there and review it.
Everything. He needs to give his honest opinion on everything, because a lot of this crap would get called out from day one. Not sit on the market for a year and a half before somebody goes, "Hey man, that's actually a crap product." Meanwhile, a bunch of unsuspecting idiots bought in, and now they got a piece of crap that you're stuck with.
Speaking of pieces of crap, the Cybertruck,
piece of crap.
Hey, now that is a piece of crap.
My point exactly. But as long as idiots are buying it, guess what? They won't make it better.
I was looking at Rich Rebuild's review of the Cybertruck. So he went and rented his on Turo, right? And when he was going down to like the list and all the people who spent like $120,000, they talking about coming out with a Cybertruck that's going to be like $79,000. That ends up making the Foundation series worth nothing. Tesla literally just undercuts their value like completely. Those trucks are going to be worth nothing. They're not even going to be worth as a paperweight, which I like to say I have seen more Cybertrucks on the back of a tow truck bed that I've seen actually running, which is so sad. But no, I'm just saying like along the lines of I feel that Toyota has probably missed the mark on this. The electric vehicles are already out there. They're out there now.
But look, hybrids have a better chance than EVs right now. But for the foreseeable,
they will have if they don't start making bigger gains. If we don't get a figure, I'm telling you, the Highlander. Because obviously, Americans, we love our SUVs.
No, Kent, you're missing the mark.
We love our SUVs.
You're missing the mark, though. How much does the Toyota Prius cost right now? LE.
Oh, that I don't know. What, like 45 fully loaded?
No.
What?
$27,000, $29,000. What happens to this car when the battery goes bad? What happens to it? It keeps driving, right?
Yeah, but it don't drive very well.
Don't care. Does it keep driving? Can you go to work? And you say it doesn't drive well? It has a 2-liter 4-cylinder, sir. It drives just fine.
Oh, no, radio. No. As a person who's driven one of Toyota's hybrids, when that hybrid system goes out, that car limps. Even though I don't know what happens.
I guarantee
you do not get that power that you think you're getting.
Hey, you don't need power. Can you get to work?
Not very fast.
Not you full.
Not very. No, no.
You're gonna make me pull up a video of a Prius with a bad battery doing 60 on the highway. You want me to show you? Because I can show you.
If they do, they are wrecking that car. No, look at it from the standpoint, right? The Prius or the hybrid vehicles, they're meant to have those two motors work tandem to each other, right?
I understand that.
So when you end up putting all that load on that engine,
when the battery goes
out.
It's
not a paperweight when the battery goes out.
And guess what? If say the battery does go out, is it $20,000?
No, it's not.
No. I know a company. I have a local company that will sell you a battery. I know a local company that will sell you a battery for your Prius for about $2,500.
My Avalon was $4,500.
Yeah, I got a local company that can probably sell it to you cheaper.
So
they rebuild them.
I limped. Look, when my battery went out, I was dropping off a customer and I limped the car home. But I did not get on the freeway and do 60, sir. The car didn't even want to do 45.
Yeah, but guess what your EV does with the bad battery?
Oh, it's
zero. My point. So
it's not moving.
Do you want to spend 40-something thousand on the EV with a $20,000 failing battery, or $27,000 on a Prius that you'll probably still drive around for 10 years plus. And even when the battery fails, you can get a refurbisher, get you a battery for $2,500. Just saying.
Hey, look, if it wasn't for the fact that I do rideshare full time, I probably would have went with another hybrid. I know I would. I probably would have went the Sienna hybrid, more than likely.
All I'm saying is Priuses, and I've actually heard there's a company out there, something that makes like a kit to remove the hybrid system too. By the
way, what?
Oh, yeah. But hey, Prius has been around long enough that people got modification kits for them. You didn't know this?
Oh Lord, I didn't even know that part.
oh,
why you have the Prius.
I'm talking about you're not listening. I'm talking about after it fails and you don't want a paperweight.
That's true.
All righty now. You gotta listen to the whole story. You're jumping around. I'm talking about Redneck Willie, who got a random Prius in the weeds over there with a bad battery, and he wants a little beater to run around town.
Willie.
There's a way for him to modify it and run it full speed without it. All I'm getting at is that there's still safer bets than EVs right now, and they will be until the pricing comes down on EV batteries. Period. True. They're a safer bet. They don't lose their value the same way these EVs are.
Yeah. Hey, look, I want to go ahead and admit live that I have come to a different perspective about EVs right now. No Radio knows that I said this to him. I said this to him last week, and that it's not ready yet. I mean, granted, hey, don't get me wrong.
Excuse me, sir. Finally, you come on and say
it. Brandon, don't rub it in, man. I'm trying to have a moment with my people right now. I'm letting them know that how can I say this? The current level of electric vehicles that we have right now, maybe next year's model is going to get a little bit better, but right now it's like I consider it more of like version 2.5. Right?
No, you're still at 1.0, sir.
No, because they charge pretty fast. Understand, the first generation ones don't even do DC fast charging. Okay, they charge up to about maybe 70 kilowatts, and that's as fast as they charge, and that gives you maybe a full pack in like an hour and a half. Okay, I'm in and out in 35 minutes. So that's a drastic improvement over the previous generation. But what I'm saying is like I was talking to No Radio about this one. I realized that I've had to do too much thinking when it comes to using this product, right? Hold up. Toyota Prius 2010 to 2015 Gen 3. $1,150.
Mm-hmm.
Those are lithium iron batteries.
So,
right.
If you own a 2015 Prius, guess what? It ain't 20 G's when your battery price. It's $1,150, sir.
That's true.
Now, here's the funny part about this. If you own a Jaguar, one of your batteries is about half this price. So I'm talking about a 12-volt cranking battery. Okay, I'm just saying. Saying, dog. Much cheaper.
Rich Rebuilds. He went and got. He was trying to do a McLaren.
That was a company, by the way.
Oh yeah. Hey, he was trying to do a McLaren that was a hybrid. And then I don't think it was him. It was another guy that he affiliated with, and he decided mid-build that he wasn't going to rebuild the hybrid side of the McLaren because it wasn't worth it. Yeah. Because the batteries for it was like double the price, and they don't even make them no more. So you got to outsource it to get them, and it was like crazy high. He was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna make this car just a regular car."
Here's my next question: what year was your Avalon?
My Avalon was 14.
All righty. So 2012 to 2016 Avalons. You ready? You ready for the sticker shock?
Yes. I know they come down.
Come down? No, they've been down. Dude, I just told you I've known this company for years. They didn't just start doing this. Look at their pricing. You talking about $4,000.
No, Radio. When mine went out, my car was 2.5 years old.
I understand, but my point is these companies aren't new companies. They've been doing these remanufactured batteries where they rebuild them, but like they've been doing these since before freaking LTE was being built, dog. You don't.
I know.
I'm telling you, it ain't 1,500, Keon.
Look, there were not that many people who at that time there was not that many people that play that game.
Observe the city listed for where they do delivery and they do installation for you. They'll drive to you and put the battery in for you. Look where they're located. Cornelius, North Carolina, local company. I know this company because I did business with them. That's why I'm telling you that it's like hybrid is still a better concept because of this. Hybrid is still a better concept because guess what? The batteries being used can still be remanufactured with known practices from small companies. You don't need to get it from Toyota or from a Tesla. That's the reason why the hybrid is still more realistic.
No, look, I'm telling you right now.
That battery is one car payment on your Tesla, sir.
Yeah,
that's my damn point. Yes, that's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying.
No, radio. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to get to you is the problem that you're gonna run into is it's not. The vehicles are not efficient enough. Just slight improvements don't do it anymore.
But it's not true. We don't need 50 mile per gallon cars. We don't.
I think we do.
You want it. The
Prius is the only one that does 50 miles per gallon.
My point is you want it. You don't need it. I said need. People buy their needs. Only purchases are guaranteed are needed ones. Wanted ones are not guaranteed purchases. If you live in a house and your light bill is due, but your TV is cracked, do you need a TV or do you need to pay your light bill?
I need to pay my light bill.
My point exactly. You don't need a 50 mile per gallon car. You need a car that you can afford to put fuel in. It don't have to get 50 miles a gallon for the average person to afford to fuel it. The average person needs a car that gets roughly about 23 to 25 miles to the gallon. That is where the need line falls. The want line is that 50 mile gallon crack.
Hey, look,
that is not the need category.
When the gas prices start creeping back up to $5 a gallon,
you better be creeping up your value and getting raises so you don't care. That is the actual answer to the question.
Man, on radio.
People don't like it, but it's the truth.
The people in California says otherwise, man. They at $6
they chose
a gallon.
To live there. They deserve to be in hell.
And you hope they burn in hell.
And I hope they burn. If you over there, listen right now. If you live in California and you're complaining about pricing, you're the problem.
Oh man,
there are plenty of people living in California and they ain't complaining. Because they handling their business.
So a lot of them don't have cars.
They handling their business.
Go ahead, Brad. I know you about to say something.
No, so California, they're gonna pass a bill where they're gonna do a gas tax because supposedly it's destroying all their roads and all that stuff.
Hey, if you stay, you ask for it.
Man.
Simple. Elon left. I don't even like him. He's smart. Think about this. I want y'all to think about this. If you ain't rich like Elon Musk and you stayed in California and he left, who really crazy? He can afford to live anywhere, and even he got the hell out of there. What's that tell you?
I'm gone.
This man can daggum near afford to build a house on the moon, and he still left Cali. So if you staying and you complaining, you're the problem. You don't like it, and you don't like reality. Hey, I'm just saying, bro.
I'm just saying that it comes down to the certain price amount for every person. For me, all I had to do was touch $5 a gallon one time, and I jumped ship. I was like, I'm out. That's what it was for me. I think that it's always going to be a breaking point for somebody, and I don't think that monetary improvements over time, which that's what Toyota wants to do, is small increment improvements. Oh well, we went 3 more miles to the gallon, 4 more miles.
But guess what?
Better, 5 more
but here's
miles
the problem,
better.
Keon. You always ignore what's good for Toyota. Why would Toyota put every single penny they possibly can into all these extra miles per gallon if it does not net return in profits? They wouldn't. It's charity.
Oh no! But here's the thing: if you're gonna turn around and let the Model Y be the best-selling vehicle in America, when the Camry was the best-selling vehicle in America for like multiple years running, so that's what I mean. It changes the narrative. Then, granted, here's the thing. Granted, does Toyota still sell more cars than Tesla combined?
You believe your own crap.
No.
That is not the best-selling vehicle in America, sir.
Hey,
who told you these lies? What are you doing? Getting your confirmation from Trump?
Well, oh Lord, no, radio. I'm not. No, I do not get my information from that organization.
Where do you get these? First of all, the best-selling vehicle in America. Let's look at 2023. Guess what the highest unit sold vehicle was in America?
What was the highest unit sold?
F-150 truck. Where the hell you get Model Y from?
Cars.
No. Vehicles, period. And guess what? It's a gas guzzler. A gas guzzler. No, they not. That's you said most so. Look, trucks are cars. Is Ford a truck company or what do you call Ford? Is it a car company?
It's a vehicle company.
Guess what? Car companies make trucks, and the Silverado and the F-150 outsold everything you freaking name.
And Ram was right behind them. Is that possible because of commercial use?
Well, duh. What I just say? People buy what they need.
Commercial use always.
They need commercial trucks. They don't need Model Ys. And then guess what? What happens when we leave? Guess what's after the trucks? The Toyota RAV4. The Model Y is number 5, Keon. The RAV4 sold more than the Toyota.
I got my information wrong. My bad.
Spanking. So Toyota's still spanking them with the RAV4. The Model Y was number 5. Behind the Model Y was the CR-V. And plus, you can't because the Model Y is technically considered like a SUV, kind of, right?
Yeah.
It's like that weird. Okay, a Corolla.
It's like a weird area.
What do we already know about the American market? We don't buy cars.
No,
we buy SUVs and trucks. So why bring up a Camry in a conversation where the Model Y ain't a car? That's an SUV. That's the spot it feels.
That's true.
It sits in the same lane as a RAV4, the same lane as a Honda CR-V, which is number 6. Guess what's number 7? Another truck from Chevy, GMC Sierra. Toyota Camry, number 8. You can't compare a Model Y to a Camry. They're not even in the same class of vehicle. SUV cars don't sell in America. That's the reason why Ford discontinued all their freaking cars.
Ford said, "Nah, we ain't playing this game no more."
Cars don't sell here. So
unless you're a Charger,
even Chevrolet,
unless you're a Charger, those are just the wreck most.
All the number 1 selling vehicles are trucks and SUVs, and all the little cars are in the back of the list. The Model 3 don't come until 12. Corolla comes in at 13. So I'm just saying, dog, if you ain't look, I'll put it like this. If Tesla come out with an affordable SUV that actually looks like an SUV, not a Model Y, be lifted off the ground a bit, looks looks just a little bit manly. Hey, they'll probably start taking some of these SUV slots in these higher end markets.
That's what that Model X is supposed to be.
No, that thing's still the Model X is more like a minivan.
Let's be real. A minivan is bigger.
With the minivan is bigger. Yeah, I get it, but the minivan is bigger. I'm saying like the layout of the vehicle is like a minivan, though. If you ever get in one with the suicide doors, it's like a minivan almost.
Yeah,
it's just smaller than the minivan, but it's in that lane.
Hey, look, they should have put sliding doors on that thing.
Nah, suicide doors are fine.
It would have sold more because those doors are dangerous.
The problem with the Model X is the price is too high.
Oh, it's way high.
It's like 80 grand.
They still hovering about between 70 and 90.
It says like look, they show you 60,000 after you get rebates. It's still an $80,000 freaking car. No thank you. Especially after the Kia van I saw the other day.
Oh,
that thing was huge.
Yes, it is. God. But you know what? That vehicle and the Kia EV9, I think they run on the same platform.
And guess what? It's not a hybrid, and it still gets 26 miles to the gallon without being a hybrid on the Kia Carnival van.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, look, I still think that people want more miles to the gallon, man. Look, with gas prices going up, they want to go further. They want to go further on a tank of gas, man.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If you can make the F-150 get better gas miles, but guess what? They're gonna buy it regardless.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Especially a commercial for commercial.
Come back. Not even that, Brandon. Come to the South. It's hard to find a man that ain't in a lifted truck. You think a dude with 33-inch tires and a lift and a tune, who his truck is 1,000 horsepower, you think he's a dang about gas mileage?
No.
He don't like gas prices, but he don't care about gas mileage. He just wants the price to go down. He still wants to ride around in his lifted truck. He don't care. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And that's, if you look at what's selling, guess what? The people who don't care about gas mileage are the ones buying vehicles, not the other way around. That is the actual truth.
I understand that. I understand that fully.
Because people who care about the gas prices, guess what? They choosing not to buy new cars because of how high gas is.
Hey, look. They did make a 450-mile Silverado though. That's EV.
Oh.
So
until you pull something with it, and then it's all over. We know that these country boys in the South, they want to pull the horse trailer. Okay. They not just getting a truck so they can ride around town, sir.
I'm trying to find like how many miles a gallon are they getting, like equivalent to like what the EVs are getting. I know that the F-150 sucks. That one I do know. I've seen. I saw. Look, they did a race across America with all electric vehicles that was on the market, and the Silverado work truck EV beat everybody. The Tesla one was second.
So that's a single cab. He says a work truck, so it's like a single cab.
No, it's double cab.
Well, it ain't a work truck. I don't count.
No, but that's what they consider it as. It's just white, plain.
Yeah, but remember, Brandon bought up the fleet, right? The fleet ain't buying four-door trucks. Go ahead and tell
But that's what they built it for. That's what they said they built it for fleet.
Guess what? They won't sell them. You watch. They won't sell. You don't believe me? Go to a big car lot. Go to a big Ford or Chevy dealership and look. When you see the fleet vehicles, they're going to all be white. Look, I bet you'll see 3 4-doors and 50 single cabs.
I agree.
That's what sells. Yeah.
That means they're gonna have to retool and build another type of EV because that was the one, because they just released a new Silverado. This one has all the bells and whistles in it, and it's like $100,000.
Yeah, did they say who? And that's another thing. What fleet person spending $100,000 on a pickup? Nobody, sir. You know how much most fleet trucks cost?
No. I said the Silverado that's not a fleet. I don't know how much the fleet one is. I have to go back and look it up.
I bet the EV one is like $60,000 and ain't nobody gonna buy it.
It probably is about $60,000. I probably would say that.
When they do fleet trucks, they get the bare minimum. You might even get roll up windows, and it's 2024. I'm serious, bro. They won't have no carpet on the floor. It'll be a rubber mat as the carpet, and the seats will be cloth, not leather.
Yeah,
it'll be a 2-door truck. It'll be plain white. It'll have the cheapest little wheels on it. The radio won't even have no Bluetooth. It'll just be FM AM, no Bluetooth, no CD, no auxiliary port.
I can't get my satellite radio.
I'm telling you what they put in them because I've been driving fleet vehicles for 15 years. I'm telling you. You get lucky if you catch one with Bluetooth. You be like, oh shoot, you got Bluetooth for yours. And then you find out, yo, they ran out of the other model, so they discounted this one so the company would buy it.
Wow.
I'm telling you, bro, you be wild to see they have features. You got features, dog.
Hey, I lied to you now, man. As a cab driver, because all the Crown Victorias were the police vehicles, right?
Yep.
So I went on eBay and got the radio remover.
And you swapped it.
And I swapped the head unit because the one they did end up getting was they were just regular Crown Victorias. So they had a mix of Crown Victorias in their fleet. And I literally walked through that lot. I was like, ooh. This one got a regular head unit. I literally went on eBay and grabbed the because it was a 2-prong system. Like you had to reach in and grab and pop it.
Yeah, I know. I used to install them.
Man, I did that so fast so I could have a decent radio. Because the regular one, the police radio ones, did not have a tape deck in it. It didn't even have a tape deck.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had to go get the ones with the tape deck if I could run the cable so I could plug my phone into it.
Yeah. Bro, that'd be so cheap, Keon. They don't even be putting cruise control. If the fleet ones don't even have cruise control.
They don't have cruise control.
I'm just trying to tell you, dog. They be cheaping out.
Bruh. Man,
you tell them, hey, we got a $60,000 EV for your fleet. They're going to laugh you out the building. That's my point. Ain't nobody buying that thing, bro.
I understand. Well, you said that that much I do know. Those Crown Victorias were fleet vehicles. Man, they came with nothing.
Nothing.
You were look. I was lucky that I saw one that had roll-up windows. When you said that, I could, bro. I was like, I'm not getting no customer in the car with a roll-up window, man. That's crazy.
When I was working at Dish, man, we had vans, and then the supervisors had little S10 trucks. Okay. And the supervisors and the inspection guys, whatever, safety guys, whatever, they had little. And one day my van broke down, so they gave me my van had roll up and down windows. The first van I had, but the little S10 had roll up and down windows too. I said, this is a little piece of junk. They bought the cheapest one they made. We talking about it's the year 2013. I still had roll up windows in the damn truck, man. And it was a 2013 truck.
No radio. Understand something? There's no way. Man, hey, look, I had my first car was roll up windows. As I got older, I got away from roll up windows. And I said I would not go back. Yeah, I was like, no.
I'm just waiting for the day because I know I feel like it's coming. There's a day coming where every truck that Ford puts out is going to be 4-door. It's coming.
I think we're getting there because
it's going to be
it's just cheaper for them to make. They already got the why make a 2-door truck when you already make it? A lot more people I see with 4-door trucks than I do 2-doors. The fleet is the only one.
Yeah. So here you go, right here. F-150 2024. This is a fleet vehicle. $36,000 base price.
And they're going to be like 4-doors is going to come complimentary. Why?
But not this price. That's the problem. They're going to try to eliminate these and then force you to buy the expensive one.
I don't know, man.
You know what all it's going to take? And look, you look at there, they showing all that shit. They lying. They ain't got all them features. They lie. Because they be like, you know how they do. They be like, as seen, as shown. They be doing that BS.
Oh, Lord.
Because look, the transition to the 4-door, look how much the price is going to change. If we transition to the 4-door, look how ugly it's about to get.
Hold up.
Soon as you look, 2-door, 4-door, already at 64,000 that quick.
Good God.
You see what I'm talking about now? Okay, let's just do it like this. Let's just do Super Cab. No, Super Cruiser, look, 43,000. So from 36,000, you jump to 43,000 with a 4-door. So guess what? Most of these companies, they got one guy in this truck. Why are we going to give one guy 4 doors? And his bed is now smaller. You know what they're going to do instead? They're going to give you the 2-door with the long bed.
True.
Because it's more realistic in use and it's cheaper. I'm trying to tell you, dog.
I want to know how many, I know that it's got to be all fleet. So that means they'd make a lot of those 2-door ones.
Oh, they make a crap ton of them because guess what? They sell. These companies have switched to a model. They only want to make what sell. That's why, like I said, if I can sell more F-150s than I can sell of a hybrid small car, why in the world would I try to care about miles per gallon? You sell what the market demands of you. The market demands trucks. Trucks don't have good gas mileage. But if you want to be in America and you want to sell vehicles, you build a good truck. Don't worry about the hybrids. That is secondary to your main business. What is one world that Toyota has never been able to take over?
Trucks.
The truck world.
The trucks are actually they're having trouble with the trucks now.
And the Tundras are great trucks. They're both great trucks. Both of their trucks are great. But guess what? They've never had a major fleet contract.
Mm.
You know what's so crazy though, Rudy? I've never seen a Trump flag on a Toyota truck or one of them Honda trucks.
Yeah, I mean you're right. And the way you identify is it'd be all white. I've never seen an all white Tundra.
I ain't buying no damn Japanese truck. America, Trump,
America, I tell you, America. But yo, hey, look, I just think that the transition is already. I feel like transition is happening, but I know, hey, don't really. I understand. I hear you when you say, but hey, if that's the case, they wouldn't have made the Lightning.
No,
I think they were pressed to have to make it.
They made the Lightning because the federal government is forcing them to make EVs. Duh. How do you not know this already?
That I do know, but
they're only doing it to meet a
California.
California
is making
not just California, sir. That is not true. Biden has literally passed legislation forcing these people to actually do more EVs, even though the cars are coming back after they sell them. They're being pressured to sell EVs when the customers don't want them. Go to a car lot and talk to them. They'll tell you. They're being pressured to sell EVs.
Okay.
Because it's been made a corporate thing because they're getting incentives for it on the high end, but at the dealer level, they're being forced into it. I'm trying to tell you.
I know that California was the only one that put a mandate in that. They wasn't going to allow. What is it? They wasn't going to allow combustion vehicles after 2020.
I didn't say that. Yeah, but you're talking about them trying to get rid of combustion. That has nothing to do with the federal government incentivizing companies to make EVs and sell them. They are.
Oh no! Do I think they're incentivizing? Yes.
That's exactly my
I know
point.
But I know that California was the only one that said that they're not going to allow new sales of combustion vehicles,
and that's fine. That's fine. They're also going to fall off in the ocean once that fault gives out. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Good luck saving your environment when it's in the ocean.
Wow, no radio.
What?
Are you saying we about to have a escape from LA problem?
Heck yeah. They all go probably end up in North Carolina. And I'm about to deal with them. You watch. Every time. Look, it happened after Katrina. It happened after COVID because all the New Yorkers is running down here. Every time something goes wrong somewhere, they end up here. I don't know what to do with it.
Hey, man, North Carolina still got a whole lot of space, man. We do. Space.
Hey, look, I welcome the people. I just want them to leave their stuff behind that they had over there. Bring your open mind and leave everything else.
Man, you know they're not going to do that. You know that they're not going to do that.
No, because you gotta have an open mind to deal with a lot of stuff California does. So that's a good trait that they have. Is the open mind part. The bad part is they also try to bring their opinions everywhere they go. And I'm like, yo, it didn't work over there. Why do you think you go break? Look, I'm running from California because it is. And you get here. Why ain't y'all doing this?
Hey, look. Hey, we all know that what happens when you migrate from one area to another. You want your creature comforts. You know, if you are accustomed to Starbucks, look, if you're accustomed to Starbucks at every corner, you're gonna be mad when it's a Peep coffee. You're gonna be like, what about Starbucks?
Hey, I think a lot of in the future, a lot of that stuff is going to be gone too.
What? Drive through coffee? I don't know that. I don't think that's going away. I don't think that's going away.
You know why? Because I think delivery is only going to get bigger.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Have you seen coffee drinkers?
I'm telling you, delivery is only going to get bigger. Keon, you know how I know this? You know how I know this?
How?
I can get DoorDash now, and I live in the middle of nowhere. Delivery is going to only get bigger.
Delivery of everything, man, is getting like Amazon is teaming up with who? Grubhub? Is it Grubhub? Yeah, Amazon's teaming up with a delivery service now also. So everybody's getting into the whole delivery game.
You're gonna get to a point where like Starbucks does the same, because the pandemic showed a lot of this too. They have these places called like ghost kitchens.
Yes.
Basically where it's a restaurant that doesn't have a customer facing side, but they only have delivery.
Yeah.
You get ready. You're gonna be able to order Starbucks and they freaking bring it to your office. No matter where you work. Period. They're gonna have people
but you know
running.
How expensive that coffee's gonna be?
Doesn't matter. It's the future. And the way they offset it is the brick and mortar dealings go away. I'm telling you, it's coming. You better believe it.
Look.
You
Pizza Hut
believe it.
Pizza Hut still exists. Domino's still exists. They just don't have those. Look, we don't have that Pizza Hut, big old Pizza Hut. Like remember what
and
Pizza
guess
Hut
what?
used to.
Everybody misses sitting down and eating in Pizza Hut.
I do miss it, but and
by the way, you can still eat in the one in Asheboro. We're just 5 minutes from here. You can still eat in that one, sir.
They do it. They do the all you can eat pizza.
I don't know. I ain't gone in to eat it.
They don't do all you can eat pizza. It's not real. It's not real.
I wouldn't know because I just order my stuff. That's my point.
Hey, I feel you, man.
I think delivery is only going to get bigger. And people who figure out how to make the logistics work to make it as convenient as possible are going to make a lot of money.
That's true.
So think about it like this. Imagine you live in a small town where there ain't enough Starbucks business to have a brick and mortar, but there's enough to do delivery, right?
Right.
At some point, you may be able to sign some kind of contract, go take all the little barista training, whatever it is, and run a ghost kitchen where you only serve delivery.
Yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing: those ghost kitchens will be able to do multiple different things. So they'll be able to sell pizza and Starbucks.
Well, that's the thing. We already have a place in Greensboro where it's one building, but there's literally like 10 kitchens in there. They literally build a building and they put a bunch of kitchens, and you can just rent a kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you say you want to just do food, but you don't want to do dining, you don't want to deal with customer service, you don't want to do anything, you can literally get into one of these ghost kitchens. You put your food on DoorDash, and all you do is hand off order to DoorDash drivers all day. There is no brick and mortar for customers to come. You just cooking, minding your business. Right. That started during the pandemic, and it's only gotten bigger. There's just kitchens that you go in a building and it's like it's like 10 kitchens in one building, and anybody can rent a kitchen for a low price.
Right.
So say the property had a total, like if you would have tried to rent that entire building, it costs you $2,500 a month. But if you only want 1/10 of the building because you want one kitchen suite that has a commercial kitchen and all the fixings you need to cook in, and that only costs you $500 a month, you golden if you're just doing delivery. You golden.
But the way that people act around their coffee, man, I could see like the other thing. Like here's the thing. Here in the DC area, you start to see more drive-through coffee joints, like Starbucks, right?
I get that, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. I have literally played the game, right? I've played the game. I was able to get coffee faster on Uber Eats than I was going through the drive-thru.
Yeah, I can see that.
I've seen it happen. I was like, wow.
But here's the thing: majority of people get their coffee when they go because they're going to work.
Yeah, in big places. But what about rural places where everything's spread out? There is no chain of coffee places. You know where people are getting their coffee from? Gas stations.
Yeah, 7-Eleven.
We don't have those.
Oh, we got
they going to Sheets. They're going to BP. They're getting crap coffee, and then they're getting it from the local gas station on the way real quick. All I'm saying is,
hey, I'm just saying, man. People love their coffee, bro.
I get it, but what I'm saying is they also love convenience.
I do believe you on that one.
So think about this. What if I'm running late for work? I don't have time to stop, but I want my coffee. I have to get it delivered. There you go.
You can have it delivered at that point. No, I agree with you. I just don't see it moving. I think it's going to grow. I just don't see it moving because they've made a lot of investments finally getting like these drive-throughs in the areas, man. Like seriously, getting them into areas.
But what I'm saying is like
so the inner city is going to be like downtown.
Inner city ain't
downtown.
changing much. Inner cities aren't changing much. It's everywhere else. It's the unconquered territory that delivery will be king. That is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. The unconquered markets is where delivery can thrive. And you can do unique things to make it happen because there's people that literally live 30 miles from a Starbucks. And there's not enough business in that town for a complete Starbucks brick and mortar. So what's going to happen? At some point, you may be able to see some smaller person may be able to, hey, I want to do a ghost kitchen for Starbucks coffee and I'll do delivery services.
And they'll get their brand in whatever they're allowed to sell, and then bam.
And they'll basically be a franchisee of a ghost kitchen that only does delivery. And the people pay the excess. I'm telling you, it's a very big possibility.
Coffee is expensive. Like Starbucks coffee is already expensive, man.
So why do you think them people won't pay $5 more? They're already buying $8 coffees.
Already, I'm just saying, man. Yeah, look. Starbucks coffee drinkers resemble like
I'm gonna tell you
something.
I bet if I call my wife right now, we live in a place where the closest Starbucks to us is 45 minutes away. My wife loves Starbucks. I don't really care about it. I guarantee if I called her right now and I said, "Hey, babe, would you pay an additional $5 if you could get Starbucks at the salon anytime?"
Ooh.
I bet she'd be like, "Hell yeah. I'll pay it.
It's a no-brainer.
I need my crack. I'll pay it." I'm telling you. She'll pay it. My wife is look, my wife is she's one of them oddity people. My wife loves Starbucks, yet she will still drink Folgers instant coffee.
Wow. Well, she don't go to the grocery store and get the bag of Starbucks coffee.
No. My wife is either drinking crap or gold. She don't do the middle. And I be clowning her. I'm like, baby, you and that welfare coffee, that dehydrated coffee, you know, in the hot water. How do you drink that crap? I remember how that tastes because my great grandma used to drink that mess. And when we was like 3 and 4 years old, she would wake up in the morning, she'd give us a piece of government cheese toast and a cup of Folgers instant coffee when I'm like 4.
Wow.
I'm 4 years old.
You know what, Dario? That explains a lot. That explains a lot. You are wired all day.
She had me drinking Folgers coffee when I'm 4 years old, man.
You're wired all day long.
Nah,
you're like, have a seat, and you're like, I can't sit down. I can't sit down.
I don't think caffeine lasts. I don't think caffeine lasts 30, 35 years. Okay, I'm just saying. I remember she was giving me coffee when I'm like 3 and 4 years old.
Man,
I can still taste every cup.
Ooh, I don't like it.
And I haven't drank Folgers instant since then, and I can still taste it. I know exactly what it tastes like. Okay. And that government cheese toast. That them government cheese, woo! That's better than everything you can buy in the store. That's terrible. The welfare cheese is better than all the cheese that costs money. That's terrible. But
man,
you ever had government cheese? You ever had it?
I have. Oh, big old block. It's a big block.
Oh, that stuff was good though, kid. You know it was.
Man, honestly, you had to have a hot knife to cut through it fast.
but that was good.
hey, no, you remember the old hair combs that you had to put on the hot iron?
Yeah,
just
hot
so you could warm
comb.
it up.
The
You had to
hot comb.
you had to use a hot comb to cut through it. That's what you needed.
I don't know. It melted that cheese melted pretty good.
Man, that thing was a big block of danger. You could throw that thing at somebody and commit homicide.
I seen somebody years ago. They was like, bro, they bought government. If somebody found the recipe for the government cheese, people would pay $10. People pay $10 for a block of that because it's
wow.
Maybe it's an acquired taste. Maybe it was crap, and because I was eating it so young, because you got to realize my great grandmother was retired. You know, she was on the SSI already and everything when I was a little kid. So she was getting the government benefit stuff back in the 90s. We talking about 92, 93, 94. She was getting that government cheese.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, man, you give some of these little kids that's in Africa, that government cheese now, they'll think there's heaven compared to what they already been getting. You seen the commercials.
I think it's heaven now.
The heart of an angel.
Bro, I have eaten cheese that is $30 a pound, and I still like government cheese better. Okay, so that's maybe my hood taste buds. If you don't, if you know, you know. If you don't know, don't judge because you don't know how good that cheese was. I'm just trying to tell you.
And look, I've tried it. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, man.
Maybe you didn't get a good batch because I love that junk of some toast, boy. Woo.
You got a bad batch. You got a bad batch, sir.
I know one time I spent a bunch of time on the internet trying to find it, and there was some states that was still giving it out. I was like, oh, how could I get that? Because at some point, people were bootlegging it. They were like getting it and then reselling it because people wanted it, bro. People wanted that government cheese, man.
No, Radio, are you telling me that you might be able to go on eBay and find yourself a block of government cheese right now?
And it'd be 20 years old and it is not expired.
Wow.
Because all them chemicals they put in that shit.
Good God. You said they don't make them like they used to. They don't make them like they used to.
So if you don't know, the way they made that cheese is they bought all the surplus cheese from the entire U.S. market. They bought all the surplus and they blended it together. That's how they made government cheese. That's all it was. When they had companies like Kraft and everybody that had in Velveeta, they had all this cheese that was surplus. The government bought it all and basically combined it all together.
Wow.
And that cheese was good. I don't care what nobody say.
Man.
Imagine
what else we can do with that type of mindset.
Well, that's my point. There's a lot of stuff that gets thrown in the trash that could be feeding people.
Oh, look, man. Starbucks is like the worst offender. I had a friend of mine that worked there. So all the little sandwiches that you have that's in the front?
They microwave them sandwiches.
But here's the thing. They'll throw that whole display away after a couple of days.
A couple of days, Keon. They better throw that shit away.
No, but I'm just saying, like, whatever the turnaround, it will be like enough to feed a homeless shelter.
Dang.
It wasn't a small amount. This is like a couple of boxes full. I'm like, whoa. But hey.
Starbucks is the only place I know that will warm up a frozen croissant and sell it to you for $10.
Wow.
And they supposed to be quality. They literally microwaving them. Jesus.
Daggone shame.
Oh, God.
No, Radio. Hey, we stopped talking about tech about 5 minutes ago.
Hey man. This is the community tech channel.
Yes.
We just talked about cheese technology. Okay.
Right, you blend it all together.
Yeah, that's how you make government cheese. So,
you know what? Somebody's gonna go out there and go get some Crafts and some Velveeta and some other stuff and go put it all together and see what happens.
Yeah.
I wonder what. You know what? That's a good experiment. That's a good experiment.
I mean, I technically do it all the time when I make homemade macaroni. So I'm mixing a bunch of cheeses. See.
We're not even going to talk about macaroni right now, sir.
We're not. Jack, cheddar, New York cheddar, some Velveeta.
But he likes to bake it. It's
my mozzarella.
Fake macaroni and cheese.
I don't look. I like my vagina to sound like a pot of macaroni. I do not like my macaroni I'm eating to be like that. Now, anyway, it's been real. I appreciate you for having me. I know I be trolling. I be talking junk, and that's what I do. It's your boy, No Radio, aka Aries. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. This has been the Community Tech Channel podcast for Sunday, June the 3rd, 2024. Yep. Tune in next week on Sunday. We'll be having a show about the same time. Thanks for coming out, folks.
Thank you. No Radio did my outro for me. Thank you, sir. We out.